Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Joe Spinano, live from a Moment's Peace Salon and Baseball. The NFL season came to a conclusion last night as the Seattle Seahawks were crowned Super Bowl champions following their 29-13 win over the Patriots. Seattle running back Kenneth Walker III was named MVP after a 161-yard performance. In other NFL news, former Tennessee football star and current Atlanta Falcon pass rusher James Pierce Jr. was arrested over the weekend following a domestic battery incident that involved Pierce fleeing from police. Pierce was released on bond last night, but is facing up to 5 felony charges. In college hoops news, Tennessee basketball has fallen out of the AP poll top 25 for the second time this season, following the 74-71 loss at Kentucky on Saturday. Tennessee received the 29th most votes with 26 behind Alabama, Iowa, and NC State. Also, Tennessee basketball forward Nate Ament been named the SEC Freshman of the Week for the 5th time this season. The Vols star averaged 28.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists last week in 2 games against Ole Miss and Kentucky. He shot 59% from the floor, 60% from behind the three-point line, and 81% from the line. For our foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bringing news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
What up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Monday. What a weekend of sporting activity. We've got it all for you. If you want in, we can go ahead and invite you in. 615-737-1045. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. SpringHillAC.com. Might need that AC today. 72 degrees and sunny, which is what they keep domed stadiums. That's the perfect temperature for a lot of people. Babsy is here.
What up?
What up?
Hey.
Have you recovered?
Let's go. Recovered from what? There's a long list of things to recover from.
Vegas, San Francisco, Super Bowl.
Yacht Rock night with the girls.
Yes.
All of the above.
Yacht Rock night at the Ryman was phenomenal.
It was amazing. By the way, shout out to numerous listeners that I saw at the Dueling Piano Bar after the Yacht Rock concert.
So 12:30 club for dinner, which was great, right?
Yes. I love that place.
Then the Ryman.
Uh-huh.
Did you make it to the show on time?
Yes. I don't remember. I mean, on time
Almost
enough.
Is what I heard from Kirby with an eye.
On time enough.
On time enough. That is an accurate description.
I mean, you never want to get there like right when the whole thing starts.
The pictures were phenomenal.
I had my captain's hat on.
Yes. Then y'all go out.
We went to Snoop's bar. I had no idea Snoop had a bar down there.
Yes, he does.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, clearly I don't get out much, so.
But when you do, you do.
Oh yeah. Listen, if you're gonna go downtown, you better go big or go home.
That's right.
And I chose go big instead of home.
Yes. Well, that's good. And that led into, so that was Saturday night, which led into the Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
So how was Sunday for you?
It was good. Can I say this, though? And I don't know if you guys are with me on this. It is very hard for me. Like, there's always Super Bowl parties, right?
Yep.
Super Bowl parties are hard because you can't hear the game. You can't really get into it and watch it because everybody wants to socialize. Like, I don't know. I think maybe I would just rather sit at home and watch the Super Bowl so I can actually watch it. Is that a get off my lawn take?
Yes, because I went to Neighbors.
I know, but that's a
Gulch.
bar where the Super Bowl is the thing.
And you could
hear it.
I couldn't really hear the commercials that well, but
right.
But it was a fun way to take in the Super Bowl, and shout out to Zach Pillar and his wife Victoria for allowing people the opportunity to reserve spots in Neighbors, all of the Neighbors locations, and that's what we did. And the donation went to Rally Foundation, which is near and dear to your heart.
Rally on the Runway.
Rally on the Runway is coming up on April 10th. Search that out.
We just had a meeting today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good.
Perfect timing, yeah. So shout out Pillar. They always do a ton for this organization.
So that was a great way to take it in. Before we get into the game, best commercial. Like we were talking about this before the show started. Dunkin' Donuts was incredible.
That was a good one. I had to go back and find them all online because I couldn't hear them there.
Yeah. I forgot about this one. I'll get to that.
Okay.
I forgot about this one. Seth brought this one up. Pepsi using the polar bears to sell Pepsi and not Coke.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
That was pretty good. That got a reaction in neighbors a little bit. People kind of laughing. The Jurassic Park Xfinity commercial, which Slay loved because he loves Jurassic Park.
That's right, yeah.
And then, yes, the Budweiser with the
eagle
growing up on the back of the Clydesdale. That one got a huge reaction in a room full of people where people stood up and clapped.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a loud ovation for that one.
That's like an emotional, pull you back.
Yeah. And then I would argue that, me and Slay and Teron Davenport did a pretty good job with Blair Durham and the Bart Durham entry law.
Might have been my favorite. Right there. You guys rocked it.
People did clap for that one. And I think people liked the commercial where Slay and I were throwing popcorn at Blair as he was announcing what they do. And
those were great.
As far as the game, Seattle pounds New England 29-13 in Super Bowl 60. We'll get to it. Do want to tell you that we are at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs, and we love coming out here. Valentine's Day is Saturday.
Great. Doesn't it just send you into a calm space?
Yeah, I love it here.
Because it smells so good.
Do you think that your Valentine's Day has been taken care of? Like that all of Travis's efforts have been completed?
Absolutely not. No. I just went to Vegas and San Fran for a week where he had serious FOMO. Guaranteed he has not thought anything
FOMO
about
and
Valentine's
Hadley.
Day. And Hadley, yes.
And then girls' night right on top of that.
Right. So, yeah, no. The last thing he wants to do is buy me a Valentine's Day present right now.
Well, I know Travis.
Into it.
I think Travis would enjoy a lot of the things that are here as well. And it's not just for women at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
I know. Slay always talks about the Slayscape. I'll pass on that one. But but I will say this is the beautiful thing about this place is that, and y'all hear me say it all the time because everybody repeats it, there's at least 10 different services all under the same roof. But it's true. There's a million services all in the same place. Where we are right now is the manicure pedicure room. Pedicures through these doors. There's nobody in there right now, are there?
I don't know. People just walk out of the manicure pedicure room.
I know, and I always feel bad because we're loud and messing with their zen over there in the pedicure room. But
there are two gray doors that have no windows, so we have no idea what's going on in there.
Yes, so massages, the manicures, pedicures, they've got sunless tanning, they have waxing. There's a hair salon. You can get your hair cut, styled.
Yep.
They do makeup back there. Obviously, their store is adorable. They have so many cute Valentine's Day gifts right now as well, like love and hearts and all the things that I love. So, and if you are a guy and you really just don't want to deal with it, Kip, the owner here, makes it super easy, and you can just go get a gift card online at amomentspeace.com, and then you don't have to worry about it. Or if you want it to be fancier, you can come in and they can dress it up and make it pretty and put it with a gift and all of that. And then the other thing, which I know this place is great because I come here, but Kip was like, if you go look at our reviews, they have over 14,000 5-star reviews. That's
incredible.
all you need to know, right? So just go online and you can see, and then every single day, if there's a new 5-star, they'll pop it up online so you can see what people say about it.
Yeah, and this is a one-off, locally owned location that is one of the top 200 spas in America, and you can get everything here: hair, nails, spa, massage, all of it. You can choose your budget, and whether you spend a little or go lavish, you can choose from 10 different services all under one roof here.
Nailed
at Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Massage, manicure, pedicure, sunless tanning, waxing, spa parties, skincare, hair salon, makeup, unique gifts, gift cards. And guys, they make it easy on you. Just click, call, or stop by amomentspeace.com. And
you can come today. We're here.
Yeah, a lot of times listeners will come in here and we won't call you out by name.
So that it can be a surprise.
Right. So we will say hi to you and talk with you and all of those things because we love that. But, you can stay anonymous here. AMomentsPeace.com is the website. All right, Super Bowl.
We're at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue, by the way, if you've never been here. So come see us in Cool Springs.
Opposite side of 65 from the mall. Carruthers, yeah. So last night's game, I was thinking about while I was watching it how accurate Slay was.
That Cinderella's carriage turned back into a pumpkin.
Yes, and that he said Drake May hasn't been on this stage, and he was nervous about that from a New England standpoint.
Did you guys see Vrabel in the first half telling his offense to calm down 8 million times? Like they were not, they weren't ready for that moment.
Well, and Josh McDaniels has been a part of 10 Super Bowls, but I think he didn't handle the play calling very well early last night. I clearly they needed dump offs and short passes and try to get the run game going, which they couldn't. But
that defense was stupid good all year.
Yeah, and
all
to
year.
Send Drake May into 5 and 7 straight drops was a tough ask there. But
what do you have? 21 sacks the entire. He was sacked 21 times the postseason.
Most ever.
That's crazy.
Most ever.
I mean, that's Titans numbers now.
Yeah, and so one of the things we talked about going into this game was that New England's schedule was the easiest in the NFL. And not only was it the easiest in the NFL, it was the easiest since 1978. And then they get into the playoffs, and they play Denver, who was without their quarterback, and with Jarrett Stidham, and you can make the argument, that had Bo Nix played, New England wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. They also had a blizzard in the second half.
Right, and that completely
where they couldn't
changed
do
it.
anything.
Yeah.
And in terms of...
You all right, Mayor? Take a second. See, this is the product of Vegas and Super Bowl and 8 million handshakes and hugs and
also
all the
headset
things.
mics that you have to take completely off or you're going to blow everyone away. But I do have New England's schedule for next year because a lot of people are thinking, okay, Seattle will be back, New England will be good. Cam Newton made the point today on ESPN that he doesn't think New England will be one of the top 8 AFC teams next year.
How does he even know?
I'll read you their schedule. Much different. They have to do something with the offensive line. Will Campbell, who we talked about all week in San Francisco,
Short arms, Mayor.
gave up 14 pressures by himself. So they're talking about moving him inside, getting him off of tackle. But they have a rookie left guard, too. So the other thing is the Titans scored 24 points on that Seattle defense. There's that. Maybe they're not as far away as we think they are despite the 3 wins. I don't know.
Okay, Mayor.
I mean, you can.
They are, but I also do think I went on Ramon and Will this morning, and their topic this morning was, how far are the Titans from being in contention as far as roster development and pieces and all of that, and honestly, with what they have in their cap space, with 4th pick, with drafting ability, like I know that they're far. I mean, basically, I said, all right, edge. Got to get a couple corners. Got to get a couple receivers. Is Ridley a number 1? From what we heard this week at the Super Bowl, everybody said no. All the national people were like, no, you got to get a number 1 for Cam. But like I know they're far, but I don't think they're as far as maybe you would assume they would be.
Well, I mean, how many?
That crazy?
How many cases do we have? New England won 4 games last year.
It's a perfect example.
4
Seattle
games.
didn't make the playoffs last year.
New England hit on every free agent, right? Like they did well in the draft.
That's what you have to do.
They developed quarterback from year 1 who Drake May's year 1 and Cam Newton's year 1, very similar.
Yeah.
And then Drake May gets within 1 vote of winning MVP.
Oh.
Who was it? Sam Monson?
Yes, bless his heart. We chatted with him a bunch.
Thankfully,
too.
Sam Monson did do that because had Drake May won the MVP and then thrown that performance out there, that dude looked terrified all night. Mm-hmm. I mean, terrified.
Good job, Sam Monson. God, he just got killed. Killed on Twitter.
Kenneth Walker III was the MVP, 27 carries, 135 yards. He had 161 total yards, no touchdowns, though. And
he went over.
One of my – yeah, he did.
Every single professional sports bettor said fade Kenneth Walker. Every single one we talked to.
Because they had done it for like 5 straight weeks.
Nobody
and
felt
won.
good about him, and then he's
And
the
then,
MVP.
boom, he pulls up a great performance in the Super Bowl. I had a sneaky good bet that was working all night until Kenneth Walker just kind of ripped off some runs. I had the kicker for Seattle winning MVP.
Yeah, you did.
He had 5 field goals, which is a Super Bowl record.
Oh, you were
And
right
I
there, Mayor.
was like sitting there at the end going, this dude scored 17 points, man. He should win MVP. And they gave it to Kenneth Walker, which, I mean, that's fine. Seattle D had 6 sacks and 8 tackles for a loss. Sam Darnold, 19 to 38, 202 yards and a touchdown. He did what he needed to do. Drake May, 27 of 43. A lot of that late. 295, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All of it late, really. New England running back Henderson, 13 carries, 52 yards. That was a tough point for Seattle. When we come back, Ron Slay will visit with us live from Bristol, Connecticut. He said the stage was too big for May at this point. He also pointed out his fumble issues, which turned out to be a thing. One of the fumbles turned into actually an interception, which was a pick 6. Also, Kentucky walks Tennessee down again. 14 points. Kentucky trailed the Vols, and they win 74-71. Also, Kim Caldwell frustrated. We'll talk with Slay about SEC basketball and the Super Bowl next. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Broadcasting live from A Moment's Peace. This is where you can take care of Valentine's Day. Come by and see us or go online at momentspeace.com.
I want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Maybe you need replacement windows and doors. I'll tell you the place you need to go. That would be Pella. They are the best. A couple things I love about them. First of all, we had our windows and doors replaced by them in our rental property in our house. And lifetime warranties on their products. And then on top of it, they back up all their work with warranty as well. 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. And they have the staff in place to support you, the customer. And that's what I've found in working with Pella. They're the absolute best. My girl Brittany's taking care of us. And we love our new windows and doors, especially during that cold spell. And we could tell how nice it was that we actually had windows that worked. And for February, they're going to give you a dawn deal. I get to do a different one every single month for you. So the dawn deal for February, all you have to do is when you call them, you say, give me the dawn deal, and they got you. It's a good one for February. Buy 3, get 1 free on windows, and no payments, no interest for 12 full months. Don't even have to pay off your stuff for a full year. Schedule your free consultation. Check out the dawn deal. You can do it online at PellaNashville.com.
Buddy Allen Floor and Home, built on tradition, designed for the way you live today. Buddy Allen Floor and Home. You can check them out in Donaldson. Locally owned, 2405 Lebanon Pike in Donaldson. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com is the website. Buddy Allen Floor and Home. These guys are phenomenal. Was talking with Zach the other day, and they're very excited to get you guys into the showroom and let you know what they can do, because they can do any and everything. And here's the thing: a lot of times, I know it can seem a little bit over the top and overwhelming, but they have custom design specialists that can walk you through everything there. And Buddy Allen doesn't just sell carpet; they make floor covering, kitchen and bath projects simple from imagination to installation, and that's the goal for you to basically transform your home and instead of looking for that next new home, instead of buying a new home, you can create a new home with Buddy Allen Floor and Home. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com is the website. From hardwood, carpet, tile, and more to stunning kitchen and bathroom remodels that fit your style and budget. You can pick your cabinetry, countertops, plumbing fixtures, shower doors, bathtubs, hardware, lighting, and flooring all in one spot. And I know a lot of you guys have everything in your head that you can see and want to do, but a lot of it for some of you guys is a little bit over the top. That's, again, why I say custom design specialists at Buddy Allen will help you create spaces that you will be proud to call home. Again, built on tradition, designed for the way you live today. Buddy Allen Floor and Home, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, broadcasting live from a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. This is where you can take care of Valentine's Day. And they make it easy on you, dudes. Check out amomentspeace.com. Just click, call, or stop by. We'll be here until 6 o'clock on Carruthers, and you can stop by. Can I give a shout-out real quick before we bring – actually, let's bring Slay Dog in. Slay Dog is in Bristol, Connecticut. Slay, what's up? How are you?
What up, though? What's happening?
How's the weather in Bristol, Connecticut, Slay? You got, like, piles of snow still up there?
Yep, they're on the side of the road, and it's still single digits as far as the cold goes. But
Stop.
I can't prepare this time. I did forget my gloves.
It's 70 degrees here, Slay.
Yeah, I heard, Babsy. I heard. Thank you for reminding me.
Can I give a shout-out before we get started?
Presented by your mama, Neil.
Shout out, presented by your mom and Christopher in San Francisco. We got stopped as we were walking down the streets of San Francisco. My man Christopher came out of JW Marriott. He's working there, and he's like the man there. And he comes out and he stops Slay and starts talking to Slay about how much he loves the show, and he's the only Titans fan in San Francisco. And then he sees Zeph, and he's like, Zeph, the bells and whistles guy. And so Zeph got recognized. And then he sees me and Babs. He's like, damn, the whole damn crew's here. So shout out to Christopher in San Francisco. We appreciate you. And then I ran into a guy named Howard on Division Street yesterday, and he talked to me about how much he loves the show and how much he loves the parlay, and said for Slay to keep them coming and keep the winners coming is what he said, Slay.
Keep the winners
Put
coming.
the pressure on you.
Listen, if they listen to you, Slay, about the Super Bowl, you were right about Cinderella's carriage changing.
Tell him, Babsy.
Yep.
You said stage too big for Drake May, and, man, have you seen a quarterback look more wide-eyed in a Super Bowl than that dude?
No, I haven't. But it's also the same thing. Like, we asked everybody, every guy that wagers on the game, everybody that's played the game that came on, my first question to everyone was, why do we need to believe in this New England team when we see what Seattle is doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought Josh McDaniels did a terrific job of being able to hide Drake, and not let that left side be such a problem for that. That's where they came from. Seattle's pressure came from that side. I want to say, I don't know the numbers on it, but it felt like 85% of the time, whether it was the safety, whether it was the nickel, whether it was a linebacker, whether it was just the four down linemen coming. Like, man, that was impressive, but that's what we've been seeing from this defense the whole time. And my only thing about it was, yes, New England has a good defense, but if we're going to go by what we see and live by that, the defense that's leading this group up front, besides the secondary for New England, is the same guys that were in Tennessee that we would say, man, well, if it's a better athlete out there, ain't no way they're going to be able to stay with them. And that's what it came down to. And then
Robert
you look on the side
Spillane,
of
is that
Seattle.
what you're talking about?
Yeah, Spillane, Dr. Gibby, all these are the guys that we kept on, like, it'd be like, man, well, you talking about a blue-collar, hard-nosed player. That's them. But when you get a more than athlete out there, they start to look like average guys around other elite athletes is what I'm saying. So, but when you flip the script and go to the other side, you got Ernest Jones. Yeah. Sitting right there, leading that group, and everybody else around them dogs. Like, they can actually man up and say, let's go get them. So, I just thought, man, at some point, man, the elements helped them. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to win championships. Dog, you need luck on your side. They had Lady Luck as long as she could stay at the ball until she had to leave. And she just had to leave at the Super Bowl.
So I think a lot of people will be surprised at this statistic. The Seahawks blitz rate was only 13%. I felt like they were bringing people at all times, but they really weren't. They were getting pressure with their front four. And Will Campbell, the left tackle, the rookie that we've talked a lot about last week, could he hold up? He gave up 14 pressures himself.
Man, dude, we see this every time. When you get that dominant front that you can sit back and you can guard everybody else. We saw it with Tampa Bay when they went on their run. We saw it with the New York Giants when you think back to how Strahan and them was able to do. Like, you see this consistently when you get these guys up front that can just dominate. It makes the game so much easier. And that's exactly what it was with Seattle. And Seattle, man, I thought that they would have to at some point put the ball in the air? They didn't. They didn't. They just ran the rock, and it started from the first play. The first play was a sweep for 10 yards. That set the tone for the rest of the game.
You know, I mentioned this in the first segment. My outlier bet was for the Seattle kicker to win the MVP. And he kicked 5 field goals and 2 extra points. My man has 17 points. I was like, he's got a shot until he didn't. But $25 would have gotten me $2,520.
Oh, God.
The Seattle kicker, and he set a record for made field goals in a Super Bowl.
What was I got? Was it Tim Murray from Vison? Vison. He came on and said that. And I was looking at I saw you when you wrote it down, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go with that right there. But shoot, hey boy, y'all was spot on with that one. That was a good one, man. I didn't think it would be a battle to that extent. And the field goal kicker just had to be the one to bail him out. But man, that was a heck of a bet right there, y'all.
The best bet too was Furman had this one was New England punt on first possession, and then 7 possessions in, I'm like, damn, we could have gotten some real money for bet on New England to punt the first 7 times they had the football.
hey, dog.
There was no scenario where New England was going to win that game. I mean, it was just.
We always got to remember, dog. Experience is the best teacher. There's no substitute
what does Coach
for
Mack
experience.
say? You can't manufacture experience, period.
You
It's
can't,
exactly
man.
what
You
we said
can't.
about Arch Manning last year.
Yep.
And you saw it.
That's exactly what you said. You stood on the table for that.
Thanks for trying to give us
you
credit.
were right.
But that was you, baby.
Yeah, you were right on that. That's part of it. That's the same way I felt about Drake May. Plus, Drake May continued to show opportunities to give the ball away. I don't know what it is with his ball handling, but he gets loose with it, man, and he'll have that blunder every now and then, and it came back and it paid Seattle. So.
Sam Darnold, a great story. First quarterback in NFL history to win the Super Bowl on his 5th team or more. So that's a cool story. Again, going back to New England, we talked about the weak schedule, easiest in the league, easiest since 1978. 1/3 of their schedule was against last-place teams. So they got there, and Vrabel said what he needed to say before the Super Bowl. None of that matters. We're in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And that's definitely true. But can they get back? And their schedule intensifies greatly next year, which we'll walk through in just a little bit. So we'll see. Seattle is built to keep going?
I think Seattle is. No question about it. They're young enough. They got enough young pieces. They seem to get along well. This is one of those situations where it's not. I thought with the Legion of Boom, you had Russell and Pete Carroll on that side, offensive-minded. This time, you got a defensive-minded coach where a team is buying into everybody moving as one unit. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the Legion of Boom. Yeah, they got the dark side as far as the name for their defense. Yeah, but they all special teams, offense, they all move as one, man. So it's not one of the units that's carrying them. It's the whole team. So I absolutely believe it. I don't with New England, even though they got a really good young quarterback. I mean, to be in the MVP voting in year 2, that's dope. My problem is until you get somebody else in that seat. And I'm not saying fire a coach or anything, but somebody else in that seat that Vrabel will listen to. Vrabel is I'm guilty of it too. I'm loyal to a fault. And I think Vrabel is one that's loyal to a fault. And the blue-collar guys that are something like him, he sees so much in. And he'll stick with them through thick and thin. I'm going to be real. Vrabel, he'll go. He's one, man, you want him leading your ship because he's going to go down with the ship. With all the maintenance workers and everything, he might tell the talent, "Get on out of here, y'all go make it. We're gonna figure it out." And I don't think he's one to go and be able to get guys to put around Drake May. I just don't believe that till he shows it.
I mean, honestly, that was one of his problems here in Nashville, right?
Bingo.
I mean, his loyalty
Bingo.
to Todd Downing, to some of his staff.
He didn't have Josh McDaniels here.
No, he didn't. But can you imagine if he did, though?
Yeah.
I wonder how different it would have been. I mean, you
still
still
be
would have had.
Probably still be here.
Well, and maybe.
Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. And maybe Tannehill wouldn't have had an absolute meltdown that ended his career. Who knows? But,
Agreed.
But you're right. He's loyal to a fault, which is
quick.
admirable.
Real quick, here's the Patriots schedule next year, and we'll talk more about this a little bit later. The Patriots obviously play the division twice, Bills, Jets, and Dolphins all twice, right? Their home games are Broncos, Packers, Steelers, Vikings, Raiders. Much different than what they experienced this year. Now, listen to the road games. Seattle, Chicago, Jacksonville, Chargers, Lions, Chiefs.
Yeesh.
Big step back for the Patriots next year, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. We expect all, and I think Vrabel, it'll be one of those situations, man, where he get guys. He's great at getting guys to play above their means, above expectations. Yes. That's exactly what they did with this group. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep.
But now we get to see what he's learned from his situation in Tennessee. Even though this is year one, still get to see what he learned and how this progressed going forward. Because it'll be signs, I believe, to let us know what he thinks.
Slay Dog on ESPN tonight, and the two games are NC State at number 24, Louisville, 6 o'clock on ESPN. Louisville favored by 6.5, and then the nightcap is potentially special. Number 1, Arizona at number 9, Kansas, 8 o'clock on ESPN. And one thing we've talked about, the special player for Kansas, Darren Peterson, Slay, 35 minutes, 34 minutes in his last two games, so he's been able to stay on the floor.
That's great for him, too, because he's going to need it. He's going to be able to figure that out, man. You got some guards that are around him also that have understood counsel, how to play without him, and they've been able to grow. Got to keep the big fella Badunga out of foul trouble for them. But Arizona, man, they're probably the most complete team in college right now. You know, they go 8 deep. And Jaden Bradley and Burris up front, man. Cole Pete, Toby Walker coming off the bench. They got a big 7-footer and Creaser. I can go on and on with these guys, man. So Tommy Lloyd's done a terrific job of getting these guys to buy in. And it's going to be – I do think Arizona at some point they need to lose. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for going undefeated seasons, but, dude, like, they've been running through guys, man. And it's going to be interesting. They do have a difficult schedule in the next 5 games, but – they're tough, dog. They tough.
We need to tell ESPN that I need more than 20 seconds of Ron Slay on this.
For real.
Babsy, guess what? I think we may get it tonight. Maybe.
Because there's only 2 games, right?
Bingo.
Yep.
We might get it. Yeah, so we might get a little breakdown where I get Alabama. I'm with Self and Kevin Connors. Greenberg and Kevin Connors.
Perfect.
Yeah. So me and Self may get the riff a little bit tonight. Hopefully.
Good. We do need to talk about Tennessee blowing a 14-point lead in Rupp. Kentucky sweeps the regular season, 74-71 win. Gillespie with just 1 point in the second half. Tennessee did not shoot the ball well. Was there lack of a sense of urgency out of everyone except for Nate Amen, who had 29 and 8?
No, man. You know what? I don't think so. I think, man, you honestly just got to give credit in this situation to Kentucky, man. As bad as I hate to say it, I thought, man, Tennessee came out ready to roll, and then when it started getting in the wee moments of the game, they start playing not to lose. You know what I mean? And that's not a good way to go, because when you dominate them on the boards the way Tennessee did, 19 offensive rebounds, like that right there, you got to go back and convert them. And it's going back again to what we talked about earlier in the year. Them at the free throw line, them making layups. That's simple. Everything else I'll accept. Jacoby Gillespie with the 1 point in the second half, but just finished. The bigs didn't finish in the second half like they were supposed to. The big passing was good. Dwayne Brown going up and gobbling up boards and not even looking at the rim when he's 2 feet from it, kicking it out. Like, that's playing in that. That's great. That's all good and fine and well. But if you're playing with 4 shooters around you, you got another big in there with you. Dog, put it back up on the rim and score it. So, but I mean, you got to give credit to Kentucky, dog. Otega Oweh, he's been on the tell. That man came downhill. They said, man, we're going to drive this ball at them regardless what they're going to do. If they're going to stand up and play some defense or whatever, we are going to be the aggressors. They were in the second half. And then Otega Oweh driving baseline with an incredible pass to Colin Chandler. And Colin Chandler, who's done it since they've been on this win streak, has hit big bucket after big bucket. How you leave him,
Yeah.
I have no earthly idea how you do that. But they left him for a period of time, a second, and he nailed that three to go on and kill him.
You could see the Oceano look in Kerry's face when he looked and saw Chandler out there. He was like,
yeah, like
"Oh."
what? Like, why you going? If anything, if you were rotating anywhere, it's him that you don't leave.
Find
You know
the
what I
shooter.
mean? Like, it's two people on their way. Like, let him score. We'll take a two. You can't give it to a spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Tennessee with
That's
a
a-
chance to go on a run here, though, at Mississippi State Wednesday, then LSU and Oklahoma at home. So we'll see. Speaking of Oklahoma,
Yeah.
they had lost 9 games in a row. They go into Vanderbilt, and Slay and I were texting during this game. Oklahoma kept making these crazy threes. They took a 21-point lead, and to Slay's credit, he goes, we'll see if they can finish it off because they've been in this position before. And so Slay, it goes down to 15, and at that point, I live bet Vanderbilt plus 12.5 and come away with the win there. So thank you for that. But Tyler Tanner with 37 for the Commodores.
A dog, man. And as much as he's able to take over these games, and he's emerging, I think he's in the top 20 for the Wooden Award finalists, which is amazing, coming from his freshman year to sophomore year. But this is being done without Frankie Collins and Duke Miles, who I think he's a much better player with that space, but to be able to go and carry that load, you need Duke Miles. You need Frankie Collins to come back. You know what I mean? Because that's too much of a load for him to carry throughout the entire season. A game or two, no doubt, but you need them guys to come back. But Oklahoma, man, give Porter Moser credit, dog. They found a way, even though they tried their best to get that game away, man. That was some of the most amazing plays that I've ever seen in my life. A baseline out-of-bounds pass to the sideline, out of bounds where nobody is. That was wild, man. But they were able to pull it out, man. Shout out to Coach Byings and his guys. Even he said it. He said, I know we weren't supposed to win that game.
10 more seconds. That's all they needed. Because they would have hit the shot.
There's no question. Even Tyler Tanner came down and hit the one that didn't even really matter.
Right.
So they just needed one more possession. That's all.
Possession. Vandy at Auburn tomorrow at 6, then Texas A&M Saturday, then at Missouri. That's a tough 3-game stretch, and then they go to Tennessee at home. That's what's coming up.
It'll be
for
tough in the jungle.
Florida wins
Man.
easily at Texas A&M. Gators 8-1 in their last 9. They're starting to look like a Final Four team, which we've talked about.
They supposed to be in the top 10. The games they lost in the non-conference got them bucked down a little bit, but it's not even a conversation to be had about them. They rolling. They just beating people up inside, and it's almost a slick little baby massacre. That's all.
All right, Slay Dog on ESPN tonight. Check him out. He's got a little more time, perhaps. So
hopefully, fingers crossed.
We'll be watching you, big dog.
Case May.
Hey, man. Yeah, you know it, Babsy. Hey, one more thing, though, man. Up there on Rocky Top, dog, if you get beat by 43 points, good God. And I don't even think that was the worst of it. 30-plus points in the last 2 games, in 2 games, dog, that can't happen. And I will say, man, I was shocked. I love Kim Caldwell. Love her.
You don't
but
see that from her.
Yeah, no.
Here's her quote. This is what you're alluding to. Quote, and we'll play it for you during the show at some point. I have a team that will quit on you, and you can't do that in big games or any time in the SEC, but you certainly can't do that in this program. That was her quote.
Oof.
That's a tough comment to make, man. And publicly like that.
It's on her.
Right, exactly. And you know what I mean? The other part is, like, it's okay. You're talking. See, when you speak that way, that means you've got some on your resume. Probably a couple of Final Four appearances, some Elite Eights. You ain't done nothing like that to go and call people out like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with her, sticking by our guns. I just know, man, being able to watch, and you got to relate it to Pat Summitt. You know what I mean? Being able to watch her, who was stern as they come, and I've heard her be hard on her players. Never in public. Never in public.
Not like that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they respond and see if she lost her team there. But, yeah, I mean, if you're going to say something like that, you also have to take responsibility. So
yeah, but I do feel like it needs to be some leadership. Like she's right on it. It's just
she's right. Yeah.
Just let us assume that we don't need to hear that.
Slay
All her
Dog.
players are already tweeting about it, too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's definitely true. Slay Dog on ESPN
See that,
tonight. Good to see you, brother, or good to talk with you, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, love y'all. Peace.
Love you,
See
dude.
ya.
When we come back, the NFL schedule, what's coming up? Franchise tag dates, NFL Combine, free agency, all that we've got for you. If you want in, 615-737-1045. We have room for your phone calls for sure. Chris Lowe will join us at 5:20. Between now and then, it's us and you, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs, AMomentsPeace.com. That's how you can take care of Valentine's Day. 615-737-1045. United Structural Systems is a foundation repair and waterproofing company that has been in business in Middle Tennessee since 1994. These guys are absolutely awesome. And Tennessee obviously was hit hard by severe weather last month from Winter Storm Fern, as communities across Tennessee continue working to rebuild from flooded homes and storm-damaged schools to infrastructure weakened by melting snow and ice. USS is here to help. Since 1994, United Structural Systems has helped thousands of families and businesses restore their homes and foundation damage. Often that damage comes from the kinds of severe weather Tennessee sees year after year. USS doesn't just fix structures. They help restore stability, safety, and peace of mind, especially for people recovering from storms, flooding, and shifting ground. Their community involvement, supporting local schools, neighborhoods, and organizations like Habitat for Humanity, reflects their belief that rebuilding is about hope and rising again together. And once again, United Structural Systems proud to support Habitat for Humanity. Their upcoming spring build in early March marks USS's 10th Habitat build, a major milestone in their long-standing services for Middle Tennessee. If you or someone you know is dealing with foundation issues, especially after severe weather, connect with a company committed to quality and community. Visit USSTN.com and gain peace of mind with United Structural Systems Foundation Repair and Waterproofing Services. Again, USSTN.com.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you. And fellas and ladies, get real about your health. It's that time of the year. You don't need to be waiting and stretching it on out and say, I'm going to start next week. No. You need to go to Synergix and Low T Center right now. And for a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. So take advantage. Women, we ain't forgot about you. Women's hormone test, normally $299, now $99. And the weight loss consultation, that's free. Walk in, book an appointment, getmyhealthfix.com, and I promise you, you better believe it, they will come through for you. Fellas, when that T level is getting a little low, probably below 300, you need to get on it. Get on the TRT, the testosterone replacement therapy at Synergix and Low T Center, and watch how great you'll be feeling. It won't be just for you. It'll be for your spouse, too, I promise you. But that's a whole nother conversation. Understand that you got so many locations for you to go to. Go in there, get your free consultation right now. It's Synergix and Low T Center. Go to getmyhealthfix.com.
So Rally on the Runway is Thursday, April 9th. And Don Davenport, are you emceeing this event again?
I am.
But we're not doing a team this year?
No, I say we're going to do it every year. And then football season's so crazy. Like when you have to start it as right at the end of football season. And usually I'm not mentally ready. But next year.
Okay.
We're going to do a team next year.
And
we're going to raise. But see, this is the thing, too. So last year, I forget what one of the teams raised. I think it was like $270,000.
yeah, that's amazing.
And it's in like 2 months, basically. 8 weeks or something is the campaign.
It's for childhood cancer research.
Yes.
So very, very important. Zach Pillar, former Titan.
Yes.
Near and dear to his heart, and his wife, Victoria.
They raise six figures, or have, when they had teams, they raise six figures every year.
And
they
he
like
tells
set the bar.
emotional stories about knowing kids that are going through.
And you heard him
cancer
talk
treatment.
about he was able to make the call to say to a researcher, hey, we have your grant for you to do this research program.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. And so last year I met one of the children who had treatment for cancer, and the treatment that she got was one of the ones that was funded by Rally on the Runway.
That's amazing.
Was the project that was funded, and that offered her like a different kind of treatment. How cool is that?
Very, very cool. So
Very cool.
Find rallyfoundation.org. You can get involved in. Even though we don't have a team, we can help raise money. So
Yes.
3HL crew, always very giving and supportive.
They are doing something this year, like if there are any businesses out there that want to jump in on this, so they always do like a sponsor a child section in our Rally on the Runway night. And so if there's anyone that, even if you can't be there, if you want to support, they're looking for a business or something to match those sponsor child donations to help raise money.
Very cool.
So if you're interested, hit me up. Let me know. And Big Jeff is back in, which is great.
Very, very cool. Yeah, we talked with him at the Super Bowl in San Francisco. And by the way, if you missed our conversation with him, he laid it all out there about everything that he wants and is hoping for, and he's hoping to get a new deal done this offseason. We definitely asked him about that. Babs asked, what kind of help he needed in the draft, and he said Reuben Bain Jr. without hesitation. So if you want to hear that conversation with Big Jeff, 1045thezone.com, or go to the 1045 The Zone YouTube channel, and you can find it there with the video and everything. Get ready to slide into an unforgettable experience. Join 1045 The Zone at T-Line Nashville Thursday as we broadcast live starting at 10 a.m. with the Buck Rising Show, followed by Cover 2 and us, 3HL, for our Sweep, Sip, and Snack Curling Challenge this Thursday. Grab your team, hit the ice, test your skills, whether you are a seasoned curler or a first-time sweeper like me. Wanting to try the sport, purchase a ticket for discounted ice time that gets you a 30-minute curling session and an appetizer for only $25. This event promises laughter, camaraderie, and plenty of photo-worthy memories. To get tickets or for more information, 1045thezone.com. NFL schedule coming up. By the way, Brent Doherty and Don Davenport broadcasting live from a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. If you want to come take care of Valentine's Day responsibilities, you can choose your budget, whether you spend a little or go lavish. She can choose from 10 different services, all under one roof here at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. It kind of separates them from everyone else. Massage, manicure, pedicure, sunless tanning, waxing, spa parties, skincare, hair salon, makeup, unique gifts, gift cards, or if you're like Slay, the Slayscape. You can ask about that, which we allow him the opportunity to go into detail about that, but it's kind of a hairless type thing. Full body.
Thanks for clarifying,
Yeah,
just in case somebody didn't know.
You're welcome. AmomentsPeace.com is the website. NFL schedule, February 17th through March 3rd. That's the franchise tag window. Really, I was thinking about that when I wrote that down. The only person I could think that might be franchise tag worthy and they still won't do it is Chig. Right?
Yeah. Because what's a tight end franchise tag right now?
So it's an average of the top 5 salaries at that position. Zeff's going to look it up. So if you want to pay
So what did you
him
say, February?
February 17th
17th.
through March 3rd. So it's a week from tomorrow. Dang, Kirby. Kirby's digging into some
16
million
mil.
for one season with Chig.
I
Would
vote
you
no.
invest in that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Would you?
I mean, 113 million. Gotta go somewhere. Maybe.
I don't know. I just think
It's a lot. That's a lot.
I also think you got
What else are you going to do at tight end? I mean, Gunnar Helm.
I think
and then
you
what?
have some youth there with Gunnar. I don't know.
And then someone
But-
who's not going to give you 40 catches or whatever he
Yeah.
had. What was his stat line? That's another question.
I guess and maybe it's not fair, but I guess I've always had the anti-Chig with the drops, with, maybe I need to reassess. I need to go back and watch his film this year again.
He had
I need to go rewatch him.
56 receptions for 560 yards and 2 touchdowns. So what do you replace that production with? Like Gunnar Helm obviously will increase, but where else do you go with that? I don't know.
I mean, the
that
other
was
thing
the
is,
one.
do you try and re-sign him? Somebody's going to overpay for him, right?
Somebody's going to overpay.
Yeah.
I think the only way he's back is if they franchise, which they won't do. So there's that.
You don't think? Yeah.
No. I mean, it's very rare that
I just think, I don't know.
Titans hardly ever franchise anybody.
Who's the last one they did?
I don't know. That's a great question. I should have thought about that. February 23rd through March 2nd is the NFL Combine. So Buck Rising will be there. Greg Cosell will be there. February 23rd to March 2nd, NFL Combine.
Oh, it was Henry. That's right.
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Yep.
March 9th through the 11th, free agency legal tampering. March 9th through the 11th. NFL free agency begins on the 11th at 3 o'clock as we go on the air that day. And then the NFL draft is April 23rd through the 25th. I mean, the beauty of the Super Bowl ending last night, for one team, they won it. Everybody else lost. So if you're not first, you're last kind of deal. But now everybody's 0-0 as we sit here today.
When's the combine?
Combine is February 23rd through March 2nd.
Okay. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for some of the interviews. I can't wait for some of the behind-the-scenes gossip to come out, right?
Yep.
Because you know it's coming.
Yep.
That's. I feel like there are some fascinating stories and behind-the-scenes stuff with some of these prospects.
615-737-1045. Bet MGM odds to win the 2027 Super Bowl. We got that for you next. 3HL broadcasting live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Valentine's Day taken care of. All you have to do, amomentspeace.com. We'll be right back. February is a great time to rethink what's working and what's not. If your office is not helping you stay focused or grow, it may be time for a change. It's time to check out eSpaces. eSpaces.com is the website. That's eSpaces.com. At eSpaces, they offer private offices, suites, and meeting rooms designed for professionals who want a better workday. Flexible terms, premium amenities, and locations across Middle Tennessee make it easy to love where you work again. Find your perfect workspace at eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com. 15 Middle Tennessee locations. So one that you will find close to you or nearest to you. You can find eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com. And maybe you have colleagues that are spread out and you need a space to centrally locate and get some meeting time done. You can do it, eSpaces.com. Designed for entrepreneurs, teams, and established professionals, featuring, again, private offices, team suites, meeting rooms that are fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check them out? You can, eSpaces.com. Tours available now. Reserve your space early. Visit eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com.
Okay, Valentine's Day, we are basically, 5 days away. And don't panic if you haven't done anything because a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa are here for you. This is where we are right now. So you can even come today and get the woman in your life, whether that's wife, girlfriend, fiance, mom, sister, aunt, babysitter, nanny, whatever. Go ahead and come get her a gift card because I promise you, you will achieve hero status. It is the bet that always wins. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. And here is the beauty of it. 10 different services all under one roof. Massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing. They have spa parties here. They do skincare, facials. Hydrofacial is amazing. They have a hair salon. They can do cuts, colors, do makeup, and they have amazing gifts right there in the little shop right next to us. Guys, they make it easy on you. Click, call, or stop by. Gift cards available 24/7 on the website, amomentspeace.com, or call 615-224-0770. If you have questions or special requests, you can always stop by for personal service in Cool Springs across Interstate 65 from Galleria Mall. We are right at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue. We will be here for another 2 hours. Come see us. Grab a gift card. Make sure you win Valentine's Day. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
All right, good afternoon. It's 4:05. Just been on a live from a moment's peace salon and baseball. In NFL news this weekend, former Tennessee football star, current Falcons pass rusher James Pierce Jr. arrested over the weekend following a domestic battery incident that involved Pierce fleeing from police. Pierce was released on bond last night, but is facing up to 5 felony charges, including aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated stalking, fleeing from police, and resisting arrest. And college news today, Tennessee basketball has fallen out of the AP Top 25 for the second time this season. Following the loss to Kentucky 74-71 on Saturday, Tennessee received the 29th most votes with 26 behind Bama, Iowa, and NC State. Also, forward Nate Ament named the SEC Freshman of the Week for the 5th time after averaging 28.5 points and 7 rebounds. For your foundation repair waterproof needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5.
What's wrong with you?
The Zone.
Did y'all get that traffic update?
Oh, my gosh.
Our phones are blowing up.
Oh, man.
Wow. All right.
That was the wrong station if you didn't notice.
You think? You think?
Yeah. I think that one should have been on WTN right there, Mayor.
Yeah. 65 North is backed up. There's our
And
traffic report.
by the way, Epstein files update. Oh, boy. Yeah,
Thanks, Babs.
anytime.
All right, you can watch the show live YouTube, Facebook, live Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Babsy. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. I mean, it can't be better weather-wise. I mean, 72 degrees and sunny out there. You think Mother Nature just messing with us? Or are we done? What's Davis Nolan always talking about? Like blackberry winter and all those things.
I don't know. I know what
Cantaloupe
you're talking
winter.
about.
Got all these things coming. Man, we got so much to get into.
Cantaloupe winter? I
Yeah,
don't think so.
That's not real. I just
No,
like
you just
cantaloupes.
made that up.
Yeah.
But hey, somebody will run with it.
My mom used to cut up a cantaloupe in half when I was a kid, and then take the seeds out and everything, and just give it to me. And I would take a spoon of that thing.
Really?
I love cantaloupe.
So does my daughter, and I don't love it.
I don't like honeydew, which people tell me they're similar, but they're not at all.
I think they're both garbage.
I want to take a honeydew melon and throw it in this river,
But not a fruitcake.
which is what I wanted to do with our 104.5 The Zone sign that I was carrying all over San Francisco. And then
I know.
back home to
And
Nashville.
I'm the one that committed to it, too. And then Mayor ended up carrying it everywhere.
Well,
I would carry it, and then he would feel bad because it's like the size of me.
It's
Yeah,
like
so
so
this-
awkward.
The strap would fit Babs.
Yeah.
It did not fit me. And then I had this little bitty, well, it was supposed to be its own banner. It was a WTN banner, which was odd. But in this little bitty backpack, which you don't think is a big deal until you try to put it on your shoulder, and it won't stay on your shoulder because it's so small. And so I don't know, first world problems traveling. But we had a great time. Hopefully you enjoyed all of our Super Bowl coverage, and you can find all of the conversations that we had. And Zeph put out a list of them to us, and there were 27 people that we had on the show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
That was a
Is that what it
lot of
was?
people.
Long 3 days.
I have to go back and find where they are. Oh, here they are. So
You going to name them all?
yeah, you ready? Big Jeff, Mike Mayock, Logan Ryan, Frank Caliendo, Jeremiah and Caleb Castile. They were awesome. Ben Watson, Brian Jones, Laura BJ. He said that Bevo was going to put a hole in Slay's ass coming up this year.
Sure did. We got to have him on the week that the UTs play.
Yep. Laura Oakman, Lewis Riddick, Lewis Riddick, who dropped an S-bomb. And I'm like, everybody feels comfortable when they talk with us and they start dropping curse words and
But
stuff, which is
ESPN
fine. We're
guy.
used to that. But ESPN guy?
Dude, Lewis Riddick don't give a beep.
Clearly.
I said it this morning on Ramon and Will. I was like, it's probably why he hasn't gotten a GM job, because I guarantee you he doesn't sugarcoat anything in
No.
those meetings.
And then Ryan Leaf came on the day after he got into it. On me, like one of the big stories on Radio Row was Ryan Leaf going after, what was that guy's name?
Dr. Chow.
Dr. Chow, yeah. And so that he came on with us and kind of doubled down. He said he didn't handle the situation well, and he wished he would have handled it differently, but he doesn't change his opinion about it, which was really
do you know what
interesting
cracks me up
conversation.
about what he said? He was like, yeah, my wife and I had this conversation before I came here.
Knew it was going to happen.
That I was going to run into him. And she said,
Take the high road.
we're going to take the high road on this one, and you're just going to ignore him and move on. And he was like, newsflash, I in fact did not take the high road. It was like, my wife is not happy with me.
Yeah, when you cuss somebody out on Radio Row, like
Yeah.
everybody
and then
sees
it's
it.
And then it's on awful announcing, and it's
Pro Football
everywhere.
Talk and
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Virgil Herring, which was great. Virgil coaching a kid that's going to play in the Masters. He's been coaching him since he was 5 years old over at West Haven, and he's going to play in the Masters. And then talk about Blades, the kid from Brentwood Academy, and the amazing story that is. That was really good. Lindsey Rhodes, Joe Milton, and Hendon Hooker together. And I thought Joe Milton was so open and honest, talking about when he got hurt and Hendon Hooker goes in against Pittsburgh, throws the touchdown down the middle of the field, and Joe Milton said, I was pissed. Because he was like, I'm a competitor and all these things. Well, he goes from that to, best friends with the guy.
Said he went back to his dorm room that night and looked in the mirror and thought, all right, let's change some things.
Yeah. I love conversations like that. Matt Sims, who talked about the same type thing. Matt Sims hated Derek Dooley when he was at Tennessee. And he feels like, he said for a long time, I felt like I let Tennessee down because I wasn't a better player. And then he came to grips with that, met up with Coach Dooley. Now they're tight. And so, yeah, I love hearing those transitional stories. Steve Palazzolo with the 33rd team, really interesting stuff about Cam Rogers, who also was on the show. Cam Ward, who is not Cam Rogers. Keith Bullock was on. Cam Rogers, Marshall Newhouse, who played offensive line. He said offensive lineman is a skill position in the NFL.
He also said, watch out, IU's going to be back with, what's his name? I just blanked. TCU quarterback that's going
Josh
to IU.
Hoover.
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
Josh
Hoover, yep. Anyway, said, watch out, IU's going to be back because he might be better than Fernando.
Sam Brookhouse, Jacob Hester, and Lorenzo Neal. Fullback radio, they were on together.
That might have been one of my favorite segments. We just sat back and let them roll.
Even if you know nothing about Jacob Hester or Lorenzo Neal is the guy that handed it to Frank Wycheck on the Music City Miracle, if you don't remember.
Which he told us about.
Yeah, he said, they're kicking it to me, man. He goes, I can't get my arms above my head. They're kicking it to me.
He's like, I got this big old neck roll on. You know it's coming straight to me.
And he told Frankie, I'm going to get it to you as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
He also said he could have thrown it because he practiced throwing it.
Yeah.
He said he could have.
Yeah.
He said he could have.
None of his teammates at that
Nobody.
time say, in fact, they joke about his inability to throw anything because he can't get it. He's just too jacked, and he can't get it.
He's still jacked.
Still
I mean, he's like a freaking tree trunk.
Yep. Al Smith, Bo Jackson, we had on the show.
Bo knows 3HL.
He talked about some interesting things.
Yeah.
Said some interesting things. Taylor Lewan and Will Compton closed everything out. Both what the boys guys. So we appreciate that. All of that, 1045thezone.com. If you get bored, go back and listen to really interesting people saying really interesting
It's really
things.
good content, all of it. And a lot of stuff ties back to the Titans and what Titans fans are looking towards next year. And a shout out to Circa and Ferguson and Durastar for making all of that possible.
Very true. 615-737-1045. Don Davenport is here to Moments Peace Salon and Baseball, y'all.
Let's go. A little late here on that intro.
Do you want to do the traffic report in the next break? It's slow on 65 North. I saw it coming down here.
Oh, my goodness.
Something happened. There were like 5 cop cars
did you
over
see,
there.
they were like all lined up on the road.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And nobody was going through.
It's Nashville, y'all. This is normal now.
Yeah.
This is now the norm.
Oh,
I need
by the
people
way,
to make sure that they don't go slow in the left lane. It is for passing only, PSA.
By the way, in San Francisco, number one, they have the scooters like downtown Nashville. They also have 10,000 times the amount of bikes.
Oh,
and
everybody bikes in that city.
And it's not just the rent-a-bike thing. It's like people that own bikes and drive around like on their own bikes.
And they're like speed bikes.
But then they have the Waymo cars. There are a million Waymo cars in San Francisco, which is driverless Uber, right? And I read a story yesterday. They're starting here later this month.
Oh, I've seen them.
They're out and about.
They've been canvassing
Yes,
Nashville.
but they're starting. You can get them, no driver. They've been driving around because they've been trying to set their maps so they have drivers in them. But
For now.
later this month, it starts.
Oh, my gosh. Tell everybody how many times we saw a Waymo car stopped in a lane in an intersection out there in San Francisco with people just laying on their horns. How many times?
Yeah, I'm like, how are you? What are you honking at? Like, there's no one
there
in
ain't
that
nobody
car.
in there. How about this? Our Uber
Oh, my
driver
God, I was about to bring this
coming
up.
home. Was this when we were coming home from Girardelli or something? I think. Anyway,
Yeah,
he
think
was
so.
telling us because we were talking about the Waymo cars and that they're coming to Nashville. He said, "Do you remember when San Francisco, like the power grid went off and they lost everything? Everything stopped, like everything dead. So the Waymo cars." Because they're all electronic, digital, whatever, internet based, all of that, just stopped. And people were stuck inside of them because they couldn't get them unlocked. So for like hours, people are like freaking out, stuck in these Waymo cars.
In, like the middle
Nope.
of the roads.
In the middle of roads.
That's the thing. They stopped where they were. So they were in intersections
Yes.
and everything.
Hell no. I'm not getting in one of those things.
Hell
I'm not
no to
taking a
Waymo?
chance.
Is
Nope.
that what you're
Hell
saying?
no Waymo. I have a feeling they're not going to be a sponsor of this show anytime soon. What do you
Well,
think?
no, because I'm the other way. I want to do it.
Okay, well, you have at it, Mayor.
Yeah. I don't go anywhere with it.
You know
Uber,
what?
I Uber everywhere.
You just text me when you're stuck in one of those things, and I'll come wave out the window and be like, "Told you so."
I think I'll just carry. What do you Kirby Allen Kirby? What do you call those glass breaker things that you can just carry around? There's
Oh, yeah.
Bam.
You call it a glass breaker.
It's
I have one of those in my car for emergency purposes, along with
There you go.
bottles of
Put it in
water.
your purse in case you're in a Waymo.
Apparently, I'm never getting in one of those though.
And weapons.
Well, that too. I carry everything I need in my car just in case.
Nobody mess with you. Bet MGM odds to win the 2027 Super Bowl.
Talk to me, Mayor.
The odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl is, as you would expect, the Seattle Seahawks at plus 800. New England is way down the list on this deal, as we
Part
talked
of that
about
because of their schedule.
Yeah. Plus 900. Number 2 on the list, L.A. Rams. Matthew Stafford coming back, as he announced, with all his daughters that look like AI people.
That might have been the most precious thing, the video that
Precious
they made
and
for
weird
him
at the
afterwards.
same time.
Why is it weird?
They were all in the same outfit.
I know, they're adorable.
Oh, bad.
Are they? All, how close in age are they?
One's
set of
twins. Yeah, one set of twins. They're real close in age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't even imagine living that life. Whew.
They all looked like,
All
you know,
girls?
like
Dude, girls have attitudes.
this is what they looked like to me. You know, on Halloween when people do weird things, like here's a neighborhood thing, and you go on like a ghost walk or something, and you come across like a made-up cemetery, and there's like girls like chanting and dancing around or something. That's what they look like
Are
to
you
me.
talking about like the twins from The Shining?
Mayor,
Yeah.
I will not stand for this Matthew Stafford girl dad hate. I will not.
I'm not hating him. I'm just saying
Nope.
it looked weird. They were all wearing they look like period pieces too.
Because they're adorable.
Black and
At least
white.
they're covered up.
covered up.
Seriously.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Number
So
3
cute.
on the list, Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills tied for third at plus 1,200.
Okay.
Still got to see what Baltimore's going to do with that roster.
Yeah, that one
And what
actually
Buffalo's
surprises
gonna do
me.
with
Two
the
new
head
coaches.
coach.
Two new coaches.
So Bills
Buffalo
and Ravens are
Baltimore.
third. Like, what's Lamar's story? What's Derrick Henry's story? Like, what do they look like?
Tied for 5th, Green Bay and Philadelphia.
Okay.
Makes sense. Tied for 6th at plus 1,500, which is almost double the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, L.A. Chargers, and New England Patriots.
I'd be interesting to see if what Mahomes looks like back, and if he can get
Back
back
from
for the
injury.
start of the season.
Well, and that's one of the things for the Seahawks. So JSN is going to want money.
Yep.
Charbonnet coming off injury.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, free agent.
Coming off an MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Yep. By the
Dang,
way,
he's
first
a free
Tennessean
agent?
to win Super Bowl MVP. He's from Memphis. Kenneth Walker.
Good for him. I
Yep.
told you I remember him from that when he was at Michigan State, that Friday night Northwestern game
And
to
he's
open
a-
the season.
He was a dog at Michigan
He
State.
was a dog in that game. I think he rushed for like 200 yards. I'm like, who is this kid?
I remember you talking about
Yeah.
him that week. All right, 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. We'll talk more about the Super Bowl. We got nuggets and notes and all those things coming up next as we broadcast live from a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Maddie in promotions is trying to get us to do a pedicure video. I don't know how that's going to go.
Let's do it.
Nobody needs to see my feet.
I'm all in. Is there anybody in there, though? I don't want to mess up their
They'll be
10
done in
minutes.
10 minutes,
Okay,
she said.
there you go.
Yeah, Babs has got you covered here, Maddie. AmomentsPeace.com. You can take care of Valentine's Day there, or simply come by and see us and get it done here. They've got a tremendous gift shop and tons of merchandise there for you. We'll be here until 6. Moments Peace, Salon Day Spa in Cool Springs on Carruthers Parkway. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045, The Zone.
MedicalHouseCalls.com. Healthcare designed for your life. It's 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same-day appointments are available. So understand the next day will be guaranteed. It's 615-838-2375. You can call or text that number. So let me give it to you again. 615-838-2375. This consists of primary health care, urgent care, IV therapy, all of the above. The process is simple, people. Call or text Medical House Calls, and their teams will assess what you need within minutes. You book your visit. After a quick chat, medical providers will be at your door to deliver that care to get you back ASAP. I've done it with the mobile IV therapy. The whole squad has done it. They even came in while we were doing our show and hooked us up to the IVs. Vitamins, minerals, and nutrients going straight to your bloodstream to get you back to feeling your maximum self. It's so simple to make it happen, and you can be a part of it. All you got to do is hit medicalhousecalls.com.
3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slay Dog is in Bristol, Connecticut. He will be on ESPN tonight. The two games are NC State at number 24 Louisville, 6 o'clock on ESPN, and number 1 Arizona. Koa Pete, man, check him out. At number 9 Kansas, Darren Peterson, check him out. That's at 8 o'clock on ESPN. So that's coming up, and you'll see Slay Dog all over the place there. And he joined us at 3 o'clock, or 3:20, which we certainly appreciate. Chris Lowe from On3.com will join us at 5:20. Some Olympic notes.
Yes.
Are you in yet?
Not yet, but now I am because football's over and I need to ward off my depression. You know that my house is about to be the most organized house on the entire block because I don't know what to do with myself.
That makes me happy.
I've got something for you.
It does
coming up
not
this
make my
weekend.
husband happy. You might want to call him and do a mental wealth.
I've got something to cure your sports depression, Don.
Hit me.
Tennessee baseball starts this weekend.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy.
Do you want to know who they're playing?
Oh, probably some crap school that nobody's heard of, and they're going to beat them 21-0, and you're going to give me a 2 strikes, 2 balls in the first inning, 2 outs update on it.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Is it Tarleton State?
It is not. It is Nichols.
See,
Nichols.
Nichols State.
No, not Nichols State. Nichols.
It used to be Nichols State, right?
Maybe there's a
No,
Nichols State.
I think they're two separate schools.
Where is Nichols? Is it a 3-game set?
It is a 3-game set starting
Okay.
on Friday.
All right.
Where is Nichols?
Nichols.
He doesn't
Okay,
know.
maybe this is Nichols State. I don't know why I didn't say Nichols State on the
Told
line. It's in
you.
Louisiana.
I told you.
I had no
Thibodeau.
idea it was in Louisiana.
Thibodeau, Louisiana.
That's Thibodeau. That's Thibodeau.
No, Thibodeau. I know.
That's where our guy, not Ed O, but
Jacob Esser. He's from St.
No.
Charles. Or Lake Charles.
quarterback.
Quarterback? Bobby Aber?
Yes,
Oh, I know the
and
guy you're talking about. Detillier.
Detillier.
Oh,
Thank
Mike
you.
Detillier?
I'm like, why did you?
Detillier's from Thibodeau?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody, that whole group is from Thibodeau.
Oh, man, that group. That's something. Yeah, Aber, Edo, and Detillier.
Do
That's
you
a
know
group.
what? I think, didn't they hold the Manning, they held some of the Manning something at
yeah.
Nichols State.
Nichols State.
That's right. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
Well, you're in luck because Friday's game is at 3:30, right in the middle of the show. So
how beautiful.
I'll make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you are well up to date on the status of Tennessee baseball
That's great.
on Friday.
I
Because-
can't wait.
because
Maybe
Zeph
I
will
need
have-
to call in sick.
Zeph will have, no, you can't do that because Slay's going to be, out.
Hey, by the way, it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Yes, it is.
No weird things happen on Friday the 13th anymore.
Zeph, is it a thing?
I would say it was when I was in school.
See? And he's
See,
young.
The movies are done, though.
No, we're not talking about murders. Did
Yeah,
he say we're not talking about murders?
Yeah, we're most definitely talking about murders.
Yeah, we are. We're talking about
weird
just
things.
creepy things.
I was in a car the other day. Black cat went across the road
Ooh.
in front of the Uber.
And you didn't care. You're totally fine with it because you
No,
don't
the
believe in
Uber
that.
guy actually said something, and he was like, "Do you think I should turn around and not cross that path?" I
Oh
go,
my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, "No, dude, who cares?"
See, you don't care, but if a driver would have asked me, I would have been like, "That's a sign. Yeah, you've got to turn around now because you thought it was important enough to
There's
ask."
nothing, y'all. Is there anything to Friday the 13th anymore, or has that gone away?
It's still here.
615-737-1045, or you can hit the chat online. You can watch Zone TV at YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Olympic notes: downhill skier Lindsey Vaughn. This is amazing to me because Babs got
Oh, it's
absolutely
sad.
annihilated by some guy who said she didn't tear her ACL. She had a rupture to her ACL. It's not as bad and blah, 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 blah.
That's why she can ski because the boots provide stability. So
every-
stop acting like it's a big deal.
Every story I've seen says she tore her ACL. Maybe
It
they're
doesn't
all
matter.
wrong. Maybe they're all wrong. But
Let's say, okay, so she ruptured it. Whatever. Who cares?
we all said
It's
what
an
is-
injury.
What is she doing? I get this is the last thing, and she's retiring no matter what. So why not try again? And I get all of those things. And you can't keep a competitive athlete off of what they're doing. And she qualified and all these things. So she's gonna do it. But we all knew she wasn't gonna win or anything like that. Well.
Well, the worst happened.
That happened less than 2 weeks ago. She got airlifted off the mountain with the torn or ruptured ACL. She came back, hit the mountain in the Olympics early in her run. What was it, 13 seconds?
13.6 seconds in.
She fell again. This time she was airlifted off the mountain with a broken leg. And
Yeah, you know why? Because she had no stability.
You could hear her screaming, too.
It was she crashed hard. Like the amount of snow that like shot up in the air when she hit. And
yeah, she was going around a curve. She hit her arm on the gate, and that threw her off. And then so she went into the air and then landed sideways on her
Which
feet.
people are like, okay, the reason the accident happened is because she hit her arm. It had nothing to do with her knee. But I'm like, it all goes together. It all works together. And you know she wasn't mentally like 100% on that knee.
And now you're compounding the ruptured ACL with a broken leg. And I think her dad, in an interview today, said that if he has anything to do with it, she's done. Like, he will not, he's going to do his best to not let her.
Well, she's 41 years old.
Yeah.
She has to be done. She's 41 years old with previous ACL tears and now this. So, by the way, the Kirby was like, a ruptured ACL is the same as a torn ACL. A ruptured ACL is generally considered a severe, complete grade 3 tear where the ligament is completely severed or detached from the bone.
I'm just like, I'm just going at the guy that came at you. And I know
So
it's
it's
just
basically
one
like there's
person.
no ACL.
It's just one person out of, like 10,000 people.
Yes,
that are
but he
listening
was
right now,
he was very passionate about
but
it.
really is mean.
Well, and also, I mean, my
personal.
response was, I don't care.
Yeah.
She's still a badass.
Yeah, she is a badass.
She is. But should she have been on that mountain competing? Absolutely not.
Not in the Olympics.
There's no way.
Definitely not for the Olympics, yeah.
Nope.
Let's see. It was rough to watch, yes. Friday the 13th. All right. William says it's definitely a thing, Friday the 13th. Dewey Cheatham and Howe says there will be a Friday the 13th 2 months in a row. There's also one in March.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because in a leap year? No.
I don't know. Just tell me when
Not a leap
February's
year.
over. I'm
Not
good.
a leap year. It's 28, so yeah.
West Kentucky Video says, bro, Friday the 13th started back in 1307 when the Pope massacred knights. Is that true?
Yes.
There was a Pope that massacred knights?
Talking about the
Yeah, didn't you watch?
Illuminati, but the
Kirby, put your microphone on. We're on radio.
You literally have a microphone
It's on his head.
but he won't scoot up a foot and
They
turn it up.
executed and just banned and arrested all the Knights Templars. And it happened on a Friday the 13th.
So that's what started it?
Mm-hmm.
There
That's
you
what
go.
started because they executed
I thought it was
a bunch
just
of,
the movies.
No,
Jason Voorhees, Camp Crystal Lake.
that came a little after.
Yeah, well, clearly. Like 600
The only
years.
Pope
670
massacring
years.
the only Pope massacring I saw was on Saturday with Kentucky in the second half.
That was pretty ugly.
It was bad. What about you? You guys were in the same spot with Duke.
No,
Oh.
No,
that is a very different spot.
She was on girls' night, and I forgot, and
Yeah.
I texted something about, North Carolina at the buzzer or something in our
Did
chat.
Kirby tell you that
then
I was like, dang it, that's how I just found out that Duke lost.
She did not, but I immediately thought that. I'm like, dang it.
So-
Dawn's going to look at her
So,
phone.
how
She's
I-
having a good time with an espresso martini tower.
Yep.
And here I go with at the buzzer 3.
And I purposely didn't look at anything on Twitter about it. Like, I put my phone away. I enjoyed the company, all of that. And I was like, I will go back and watch Duke Carolina later. And then I was like, no, I'm not. I mean, Duke led the entire game except for 1 second.
Yeah.
So it is a very different.
That's another bet I took at halftime. North Carolina plus 11
I know.
and a half.
That's the text I read of yours. And I was like, ah, dang it.
Plus 11 and a half. at
I see
halftime.
what you're saying as far as like similarities of losing a big lead.
Well,
But
well, that was
Yeah.
it was a comeback victory.
But it was on
for
the road.
yeah.
Well, same thing. But, yeah.
But you see, when I texted in the chat, I was just like, "Wow, that ending was wild." And then you hit the at the buzzer, and then I was like, "Ooh."
And I even knew because my Kirby was with her. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry, Babs.
That was a crazy shot, though.
It's a good night of basketball until it wasn't. Vandy lost.
It was some great.
Auburn lost. Duke
Yep.
lost.
It was some great matchups, but
Auburn, Alabama was good, too. Mm-hmm. Until it wasn't, right, Babs?
yeah, until it wasn't. I don't feel good about it.
Too soon. Or move on.
I don't feel good about what's going on there.
By the way, American, speaking of the downhill, American Breezy Johnson. What a name for a skier.
yeah.
She won the downhill gold while hitting 76 miles per hour. Can y'all imagine? The only thing between you and a rock of ice and a mountain is like a little thin layer of ski. 76 miles per hour?
That you're in control of, kind of.
Oh, I would not be.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, what if they just sent one of us random people down that hill?
So I
Someone
saw
would be arrested for like attempted murder.
I saw a hilarious tweet from somebody because these Olympians make everything look so easy because they're just top of their game, phenomenal athletes, right? And so I saw a tweet from someone, and I would give them credit, but I can't remember. But it was like, you know what I need? I need for NBC to put a regular person out to go attempt every single one of these sports or these individual things just to show how your normal person could not even attempt to do any of it, to show how good they are.
I can do speed skating. Remember I told you, I can go really fast on skates, but I can't stop.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of an important part.
I have to jump into the wall.
Oh, geez.
Can you turn?
No, why would I turn?
Because I mean, so like you go in a circle.
No,
speed skating.
I go straight into the wall.
Well, that's not speed skating. That's just crashing.
I go really fast.
See? Yeah.
I went really fast on skis, too, one time. I've only been skiing once. I told this story not too long ago, but it was New Year's Eve, so, there were drinks involved. And they teach you how to ski or whatever, at least they think. And so then I go down, I make the wrong turn, go down the intermediate slope, and then I see and all I know how to do is what I see on television. They get in that tuck position. Well, you go from, like, not going really fast to going really fast.
Because you shrink your center of gravity.
Yeah.
And
tell me about it. And then you see the end, like I'm talking about with the skating. And so I just, like, slid in the home plate feet first, and my skis went everywhere, my poles went everywhere, and everybody on the lift started, like, kicking snow on me. It was bad.
Well, good news for you is...
That was it. I was done. I've only been down the hill one time in my entire life.
Good news for you is later this week you'll be able to try an Olympic sport that you won't be able to crash on.
I know. I thought I was going to do that last time we were at T-Line, but I didn't because somebody had to do the show while Babs and Slay were
curling.
We're curling. You can do it on Thursday, 1045thezone.com. Buck Rising Show, Cover 2 and 3HL, all broadcasting live for our Sweep, Sip, and Snack Curling Challenge this Thursday. Grab your team, hit the ice, test your skills. It really it really doesn't matter if you've ever done it or not. You're going to have a good time, and you get discounted ice time that gets you a 30-minute curling session and an appetizer for only $25. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Kirby, Alan Kirby. 1045thezone.com. That's coming up on Thursday. 3 shows live, so come out and have fun. Even if you don't curl, there's a lot to do there. The bar is incredible. There's bowling, actually, so there's tons of things.
They have everything
for you to do there. 3HL broadcasting live from a Moment's Peace salon at Day Spa. This is where you can take care of Valentine's Day. Even if you can't get it done today, make sure you get by here. momentspeace.com is the website, and you can print off a gift certificate there. When we come back, we didn't get into the Super Bowl in that segment. We will when we come back. Stay tuned. 3HL. If you want in, 615-737-1045. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. New or pre-owned, these are your guys. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Bought multiple vehicles from them. I've known these guys for a long time. Daniel Gupton and his crew are absolutely phenomenal. Just go up there and let them know what you're looking for. Whether you need more space, maybe you need better gas mileage, maybe you need to save some money. Month to month, whatever your needs are, just let them know. They'll point you in the right direction. Take your test drive, go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 24 west to exit 35, and then it's a straight shot into what I believe to be the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website, and you can find all the dealership information there, all of the deals they have going on in the month of February, all of the inventory, new and pre-owned right there, GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Welcome back in. Happy Monday to you. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Coming at you live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. If you have not taken care of Valentine's Day, come see us. Come get a gift card. You can come check out their awesome gift shop over here. They have the cutest stuff. They also have, Zeph and I were just looking. Do you guys know about these Lolo blankets? Is that what they're called, Zeph? Lola blankets. Yeah. So they might be the softest blanket ever. They're so expensive. It's like $300 for a 60 by 70 blanket. But I've heard, like, all the kids are talking, the high school kids are talking about them. I'm like, wow, my husband would kill me if I paid $300 for a blanket.
So I read the description
that my dogs are going to bust in on and leave dog hair all over.
So I read the description. It is 100% vegan and cruelty free. and it's also 100% hand sewn.
Oh, it's the hand sewn part then. But how is it so soft? I don't know. I need to know how
It
it's
is
so soft.
extremely soft. I'm not sure a blanket is justifiable at $300.
I don't know. That one's pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty amazing.
You're going to put it on your Christmas list
I am.
or your birthday list.
My birthday is in like 3 weeks.
So birthday?
Might be birthday.
Travis might have a heart attack reading that.
I'm pretty sure he would not spend that for a blanket. He'd be like, you're crazy. Anyway, you can come check out a Lola blanket and see what we're doing because they have some in their gift shop over there. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. We are in Cool Springs, right across the street, across the interstate from Galleria Mall. And it is the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakers Bridge Avenue. They make it super easy on you guys for Valentine's Day so you don't screw it up. And I promise the woman in your life will love something from here. So come see us, or you can always call them at 615-224-0770, or gift cards available 24/7 instantly on their website. That's amomentspeace.com. I got a cough. Hang on. Sorry, we're just trying to survive from 2 straight weeks of craziness. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Super Bowl now. This is what we talked about. Don Davenport here. Brent Doherty will be back here in just a second. And what stood out to you the most, Zeph, Super Bowl-wise? I think for me it was the lack of performance from Drake May and the New England offense.
I don't want to say lack of performance from them. I think it was just the performance from the Seattle defensive line.
Yeah, so see, you can look at
it
flip
either way, yeah.
flip it that way.
I think their front four absolutely dominated the New England Patriots every which way. I think Mayer brought it up. Will Campbell just got his lunch taken from him.
I mean,
and
it's funny because we just had conversations about Will Campbell at the Super Bowl with some of the analytics people and draft people because we were talking about Reuben Bain and the short arm story. And then that rolled into Will Anderson, the short arm story. And everyone's like, oh, but he's been fine. Okay, he was not fine. Not fine.
And Drake May.
No, he's also young. I mean, that's a very big stage for a young guy to have to be on, too.
Well, and then you have your quarterback back there who's also another young guy who's on that stage. And when he's just constantly getting hit and chased in the backfield, kind of hard for him to go out there and make the plays that he was making all season when that wasn't happening. And so I got to give credit to Mike McDonald, who put up a phenomenal game plan. And the fact that they, like Slade mentioned when we were on the phone with them in the first hour, that they just leaned on that run game. Mm-hmm. Seattle did. And they were like, you know what? We see what's beating you. We don't need to change what we're doing.
We kick field goals and punt.
And that was the winning formula, and it won. And so I was a little surprised that New England came out as lethargic as they did. I thought Vrabel would have at least had them ready to go to start.
I think Vrabel was surprised that they came out looking how they did because when they kept showing him, you could read lips, and they were talking about it, how he was like, calm down. We need to calm down on offense. Kept telling his offense, calm down. That I think he was surprised by the reaction. But, you knew what you were getting in Seattle's defense.
Yeah, and I think Mike McDonald, to your point, they knew that they weren't going to give up very many points, so they could play that field position game, kick field goals, and get out of there. Drake May, by the way, this surprised me when I saw this stat because I felt like Seattle was bringing the heat all day. They really weren't. 13% blitz rate. That's it. But Drake May sacked 21 times in the playoffs. That's the most ever. He was pressured on 19 dropbacks. On those 19 dropbacks, he was 3 of 10 for 42 yards, 2 interceptions, a lost fumble, and sacked 6 times. Seattle was getting to him.
The other stat from Seattle that I sent you guys are the Seahawks are the first Super Bowl champion to not have a single turnover in the postseason. They went through the postseason without giving up the ball. And what was the thing with Sam Darnold before he got, to Minnesota and then eventually to Seattle is the interceptions. I mean, he had 1 or 2 games, I think, this year where he had that 3 interception game, but the defense was always there to lean on it. He played exactly how he needed to. Clean football, let the defense, let the run game work. And, I mean, that was the winning formula. And that's why they're Super Bowl champions on this Monday.
Some
There you
other bits of news from the Super Bowl. We're talking a lot about Valentine's Day coming up this weekend. Next year, the Super Bowl falls on Valentine's Day. So go ahead and prepare, dudes.
Oh, that's where a moment's peace comes in. You know what? You can send maybe somebody who doesn't like watching the Super Bowl, although everybody likes watching the Super Bowl, right? Because there's commercials, there's halftime.
They do well with women.
There's extra things. But a moment's peace can help you out, though. So you don't have to worry about it.
Definitely true. The Titans, by the way, just a little note for you, just saying. Titans lost to the Seahawks 30-24. They scored 24 points on the Seahawks.
Cam Ward looked better than Drake May did.
Cam Ward, 28-42, 256. A touchdown, played a clean game against Seattle.
That's a little dramatic.
6 carries, 37 yards. So Cam Ward had 293 yards and 2 touchdowns and no turnovers against Seattle.
So you're saying
Just saying. And he was sacked 4 times, not 6, but just saying.
Just saying.
Watching that game last night, how far away from the Super Bowl are the Titans?
They got a ways to go.
Kirby laughs.
They got a ways to go.
New England won 4 games last year. Let me remind you. They had a first-year head coach this year.
Okay.
Titans will too.
To be in Seattle's shoes, where Seattle is, they have a ways to go because, yeah, they have so many pieces on that defense. Like every level, from their defensive line to their linebackers to their secondary, just has dudes. And Tennessee's not going to be able to fix that in one offseason. It's going to be a couple years. Now, can they throw something together like the Patriots did? I don't know. I think that really depends more on Robert Saleh and what free agents they hit on this offseason, because Mike Vrabel got the most out of that team. Can Robert Saleh do that? I don't know yet.
The thing I'm most intrigued about with regard to Saleh is the staff that he was able to put together with all of these former head coaches.
100%.
And that's one of the things that we were talking about during the process was there's so much going on here that has led them to 6 wins in the last 2 seasons that they need experience, right, to be able to deal with putting all of that back together. And they have at least done that. So we'll see, with Dable and Gus Bradley and Saleh and Bones Fossil too. He was an interim head coach at one point.
3 games.
To get that done. By the way, speaking of Bones Fossil and the special teams and how important that is, nobody in the NFL spent more on special teams this year than the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, because they went and traded for Rashid Shaheed, who played a huge part in their special teams.
Yep.
So we'll see. 615-737-1045.
I haven't looked back at the Seattle Seahawks drafting history the last couple of years either, but we all know why the Titans are where they are.
But they did draft well last year. So if they can put together another 2 draft classes
then
and
it's a
do well in free agency,
because
that's how New England turned it around was free agency fits.
Yep.
Right? And Josh McDaniels had a lot to do with that as offensive coordinator. More 3HL coming up, 5 o'clock hour. Chris Lowe coming up at 5:20. We'll talk more about the Super Bowl and college basketball. If you want in, 615-737-1045. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport with you. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs. A momentspeace.com.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. I'm Joe Spinano live from a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. In NFL news this weekend, former Tennessee football star, current Atlanta Falcons pass rusher James Pierce Jr. arrested over the weekend following a domestic battery incident that involved Pierce fleeing from police officers. Pierce was released on bond last night, but is facing up to 5 felony charges, including aggravated battery of a law enforcement officer, 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated stalking, fleeing from police, and resisting arrest. In college hoops news, Tennessee basketball falls out of the AP Top 25 for the second time this season. Following the Vols' 74-71 loss at Kentucky on Saturday, Tennessee received the 29th most votes, with 26 behind Alabama, Iowa, and NC State. Also, forward Nate Amen has been named the SEC Freshman of the Week for the 5th time this season. The Vols star averaged 28.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists last week in 2 games against Ole Miss and Kentucky, shooting 59% from the field, 60% from 3, and 81% from the line. For our foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bring news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
$3HL 104.5 The Zone Monday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday. We are broadcasting live from a Moment's Peace Salon in Day Spa. We'll tell you more about that in just a second. First, Don Davenport is here, y'all.
Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy, what should be a holiday, day after the Super Bowl Monday, which means we should all be off work.
I think that's true, right?
Yeah.
What's another holiday in our lives on our calendar? I mean, President's Day, Super Bowl. Let's go.
Do we get off work? Because Super Bowl is kind of...
Oh, no.
Yeah,
we
wouldn't.
wouldn't. We're talking about the people out there.
We wouldn't, but then everybody else would.
We very rarely get days off.
Yeah.
Having said that, Slay's not here. Although he does not have a day off. He is working at ESPN tonight, and you can catch him on the big network, ESPN. The 2 games that they have going tonight, and Slay Dog will be on throughout. NC State at number 24, Louisville, 6 o'clock on ESPN, and number 1, Arizona at number 9, Kansas, 8 o'clock on ESPN. So Slay Dog will be involved in some studio work there with Coach Greenberg. Slay gives so much energy to that desk. And everybody goes with him. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, even Seth.
Yeah. He's a nice guy,
like it.
but he goes with him. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. You can achieve hero status this year. The woman in your life will love this unique and thoughtful gift. Always in style, always fits, always appreciated. Choose your budget. And whether you spend a little or go lavish, she can choose from 10 different services, all under one roof here at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Massage, manicure, pedicure, sunless tanning, waxing, spa parties, skincare, hair salon, makeup, unique gifts, gift cards. They have it all here, amomentspeace.com, and we're in Cool Springs.
I just went and did a mini pedicure.
Yeah?
Awesome. And then also went to the back because I hadn't been to the back for a while. Oh, my gosh.
It's so peaceful back there. You're
It's
talking about the
so
massage
peaceful.
hall and rooms and all
Yes,
those things?
Yes, it's so peaceful. It smells so good. All the lights are dim. It says peace in progress when you walk into your massage room. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need this in my life. Like, we all need this in our lives. It's a great gift. Go for it. You can come see us, or you can just do amomentspeace.com.
We'll be here until 6 o'clock usually, and I'll go ahead and tell on him. Jake in Brentwood comes here sometimes when we're here. We haven't heard from Jake in Brentwood in a long time.
I know, I'm a little worried about him.
Jake, health check, bro.
You good, Jake?
Let us know. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Again, the NFL schedule, February 17th through March 3rd, franchise tag window. Any opportunities there for the Titans? February 23rd through March 2nd, NFL Combine. March 9th through the 11th, free agency legal tampering. Why do they call it legal tampering? Why not just call it a free agency
because
negotiation
Albert,
window?
Well, yeah, that. But Yeah, because tampering is not legal. So why we have to add legal tampering? Anyway, we should just call it the Albert Hainsworth rule is really what we should call it, because that's basically what started it all, right? When he went to the Redskins and signed at 12:01.
Yes.
On a $100 million deal that was just magically ready to go.
Yeah. I
A
think
couple
it might have
minutes
been
after the free agency
it
period
might have been
opened.
a couple hours, but
It was a couple hours.
Yeah, Tim
I'm being
White has a great
sarcastic.
story about that, about being up late trying to chase that. By the way, Austin Stanley from A to Z Sports. Next year, the Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day, which we mentioned earlier. The 15th is President's Day. So next year, you do have a vacation, a holiday after the Super Bowl.
What a great idea.
So he said the idea is to test it, to see what it would look like to have the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend with an 18th regular season game the year after. That makes a lot of sense.
I like it. It's happening.
NFLPA
The 18th is happening.
is
by the way.
blowing back on that whole idea, though.
They are, but it's happening. It's too much money. It's, yeah.
Seahawks were dominant. Did y'all enjoy the Super Bowl last night? I mean, I'm going to enjoy it no matter what, but
I thought it was boring.
the game itself was
Boring.
boring. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The football part of it, I thought was kind of boring.
Just no execution on offense from one team.
Yeah.
Not being able to finish drives from another team. Not that they felt like they really had to or needed to. Honestly, they could walk out of there with 5 field goals and be Super Bowl champs.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a field goal party in the
Super
in the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You wish there was a little bit more fight from if New England was fighting back and they were also kicking field goals and it was kind of a close game, sure, okay, I could see it, because then it could come down to an exciting finish. But Seattle was just in control the entire time, and even when they weren't scoring, it still felt like New England couldn't do a single thing. And
It was pretty obvious pretty early on that New England was not going to be able to do anything offensively, and that Seattle was going to win that football game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if Seattle needed to, they could have dialed it up on offense if they wanted to, but they
But they
really
didn't
didn't
need to.
have to.
They
So
didn't
why
need
take
to.
chances?
Yeah, don't put
the
the ball
only
in
way
harm's
New
way.
England was going to do anything is if Seattle messed up on offense and New England scored on defense or something like that.
But Clint Kubiak, who is I don't know if you saw his post-game interview with NFL Network, but the I can't remember who the reporter was. She was like, "What's your head coaching future look like in this league?" And he's like, well, right now I just want to celebrate. And she goes, "So that's no answer?" And he goes, "I'm going to the Raiders, right?" And she's like, "Oh, is that confirmed?" And then he was like, "Yeah."
Who was that?
I'd have to look.
It
up
was
her
Stacey
name.
Dales.
Stacey Dales.
Oh, Stacey's usually on top of
It
her
was
game,
it was
too.
really
yeah.
it was really awkward.
Listen, I will say it's very hard to keep up with everything that's going on. I get it. But usually Stacey's pretty good.
It was an awkward
Yeah.
conversation between them.
Yeah.
But
Weird.
I feel like he called a smart game. Didn't put the ball in harm's way. Let Kenneth Walker do what he was doing. Let Sam Darnold do just enough to keep the game out of reach. So
So we had this conversation this morning on Ramon and Will too. Last 2 Super Bowl wins are defense strong, quarterback don't screw it up, right? You don't necessarily have to be the quarterback that makes all the plays. That's the MVP. That just don't screw it up.
Sam Darnold didn't screw it up.
Yep.
Drake May
Cam
did.
Ward can be that guy, right? Don't
Yeah.
screw it up.
but
He was down the stretch.
how far until the Titans defense is to a point where you can
That's
have a
the
defense
thing.
like that?
It depends on what they do this year, but I think they can get that with Big Jeff, with his kind of newfound leadership. Depends on what Sweat is doing, but it seems like Sweat's in a good mindset to be all in on his body, on his offseason work, following Big Jeff, all of that. So, I mean, there's a lot of pieces they have to fill, but this is a really deep edge class. I mean, I think they go defensive player there at 4, and then you got to fill some spots defensively, especially in that secondary through free agency, and you're going to overpay. It's happening.
At one point,
You just have to be okay with it.
I started thinking about how dominant that Seattle defense was, and I thought about what Denard Wilson had to go through this year with
Yeah.
2 starting cornerbacks out of 3 traded,
Yeah.
just taken off his depth chart.
Yeah.
So earlier, Dawn brought up what Seattle's draft classes have looked like in the past couple years, and I mean, going back to 2022, I mean, they have drafted Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant in 2022. There's 2 studs. In 2023, Devin Witherspoon in the first round. There's your secondary right there. And then they got Nick Immanwori this year, who's
This is what we were talking about in the break.
I mean, just building up that defense. And, you add Byron Murphy, who was a force last night against that New England front in 2024. I mean, they spent some draft capital on their defense, and it showed last night. Are the Titans going to spend some draft capital on their defense, like we talked about with Big Jeff, who you've pointed out has been asking for it for years?
Absolutely.
Well,
this is the year it happens.
You've got a defensive head coach, so clearly he has
and
a
you
stronger voice
also
than anyone.
you also put your offensive line finally in a better spot. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying that they're where they need to be, but it's better. It's at least to a point where you don't have to use your first draft pick on an offensive lineman. Is that fair?
Yeah, they worked on that in the offseason.
Yeah.
I would expect them to work on that again in this offseason.
Exactly.
To continue to work on that deal.
Still need some help
Quick
there,
note from Front Office Sports. Maria Taylor, this is interesting. Maria Taylor and Mike McDonald both went to the same high school in Georgia. 20 years later, Taylor was on stage working for NBC to hand the Lombardi Trophy to her old classmate, McDonald.
How cool
and there's
is
a
that?
picture of them hugging. So
They went to the same high school and college.
that's really cool. Mm-hmm. Really cool. All right, when we
And
come
both
back,
of them with master's degrees from Georgia.
we'll talk about some college football and college basketball. Chris Lowe from On3.com joins us next as we continue to broadcast live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Make sure you get it done. You can online. You can print out a gift card, amomentspeace.com.
What's happening, good people? Big Slay coming to you with BrentwoodJewelry.com. That's where you need to head over to and get taken care of. Why? Because you know what's right around the corner. Valentine's Day is there. So if you're looking for anything that, can shine and, make somebody's heart smile or their facial expression change into smiling, especially right there in the Nashville area, man, a lot of ice and things going on, getting people stuck in the house. You got an opportunity to warm the hearts of people. All you got to do is go to Brentwood Jewelry. That is 7012 Church Street East, located right there off of Franklin Road. Brentwood Jewelry, the exceptional style, exceptional deals being brought to you every single time by the Momley family. Go in there and holler at Brandon. Tell them Big Slay sent you in there to holler at them and watch you get taken care of. When it comes to watches, they are the best. When it comes to pre-owned Rolexes, vintage and current, it does not matter. They're going to wrap it around your wrist and it's going to be glistening, I promise you. Priceless heirlooms that you want to get transformed back into that special gift. They also do that. Whether it be earrings, whatever it is, you got it. They can take care of it. It's BrentwoodJewelry.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Our friend Brian stopped by from Diamond Rio. Great band.
Oh, Diamond Rio. I used to
Brian's-
listen to their music all the time.
Brian is incredible, so shout out to him. Before we go to Chris Lowe with On3.com, Zeph Dog has a breaking bit of news that we can talk with Chris about.
Are we going to do the sounder?
Ross hit it.
Coming in just a few moments ago, Charles Bediako, the former G League player who is back at Alabama and has been playing for the last couple of weeks, has now been ruled ineligible as a Tuscaloosa judge has denied his motion for a preliminary injunction. He is no longer allowed to play for now.
With that said, we go to Chris Lowe, On3.com. Chris, you surprised by this?
No, I'm not. I thought that it was going to be difficult. With there's been so much publicity and there's been so many coaches speak out. Now I know judges aren't supposed to be swayed by that kind of thing, but this was one. This is different than the Chambliss case. This is different than the Aguilar case. This is a kid who was drafted, left early, signed a pro contract. Now I know he never played an NBA game, but he did play professionally and came back and played. And had he won in court, and we've talked about this on your show, think of the window that opens for baseball players. I mean, think about football players. What if a kid leaves after 3 years, doesn't get drafted in the NFL, or gets drafted late, gets cut, in the first round of cuts? You don't think football coaches are trying to bring that kid back if he's got a year of eligibility? So I'm not surprised. I think it's a win for college sports. This has nothing to do with Charles Bediako. Okay, and I know people have been on his case, have been on Nato's case. The truth is, a lot of coaches probably would have tried this and would have continued to try it had he won. Because, listen, they're not bringing back a guy that's the sixth guy off the bench. They're bringing back a big guy inside as a rim protector. He played pretty well for Alabama. And other coaches would have tried that. So I'm glad for the sport that this is not going to be allowed, because to me it's been pretty cut and dry forever that if you go pro, if you turn pro and you sign a contract, you're done. Your eligibility is over. And had he won, boy, that would have opened the kind of door. I don't know what eligibility would have looked like, the window, and we're still going to find out what happens with Chambliss. I think Trinidad Chambliss will win too. I think he will be Ole Miss's quarterback next year. I think his case is supposed to be heard Wednesday. Joey's is Friday. Now the judge doesn't have to rule on those particular days. He hears it, and I think probably it may take a day or two while the judge in Chancery Court sort of goes over the facts of the case. And remember, too, I think on both of them, certainly on Aguilar, because I talked with an attorney here locally yesterday, if he wins, if he gets a restraining or a preliminary injunction to play, then the NCAA will almost certainly immediately appeal, which means it could get all the way up to the state Supreme Court before we know if Joey Aguilar will be eligible next year for Tennessee. So he's still got a few hurdles to jump through. I think his is more 50-50. And again, I'm not saying it should be, okay? So I want to preface that. I'm just saying, as I talk to people who know a whole lot about this more than I do, lawyers, attorneys, people who specialize in sports law, I think Joey's is probably not as likely. I still think he's got a decent chance to win, but I don't think it's as high a chance as Chambliss will in court.
So timing-wise, man, there's so much to get to. So timing-wise, let's stay with Aguilar. So timing-wise, how long do you think that goes? Does it go beyond spring practice? Does it?
No.
I mean, he has a temporary
so.
restraining order, so he can go through spring practice, correct?
Yes. Well, 14-day. I think it was a 14-day window that the judge.
Okay.
10 or 14, something like that. So no, I mean, not technically, but
okay.
I think this is going to be, there will be some type of ruling handed down before spring practice. And Josh Heupel has made it pretty clear. He's on record that they need to know. This is not something that can drag out into, March and April. They need to know what they're looking at in their quarterback room. So I do think even if there's an appeal, and I think there will be an appeal, if the judge rules in Joey's favor, because the NCAA is going to there'll be 2 or 3 things that they appeal on, and his is a little bit different too. As I talk to people who've examined his case, he started in 19 at a JUCO. Joey did, so this would be the first time, because Pavia went to court, or his case went to court before his window was closed. He still had a COVID year. Joey's is after that. He's already used his COVID year, so he would actually have to have his window of eligibility expanded, which has not really happened. And that's not to say it won't be, because I think certainly his lawyers are going to argue that he's got a chance that it irreparably harms him, because he's got a chance to come back and make a lot of money, and that the JUCO years, which would be 3, I think shouldn't count. But it's fascinating. I'm not a big legalese kind of guy. I don't like the fact that we've weaponized the courts now, and that's going to continue to happen until we get some type of uniformity with what eligibility is or isn't. I mean, I think it should be pretty simple. Not
5 for 5.
To me, you got 5 years.
Yeah.
You got 5 years to play. If you want to play 3 years, so be it. If you want to play 4, if you want to play 5, I don't think a lot of coaches have an issue with if a kid's not good enough or not a pro prospect, let him play 5 years. But it also is a built-in window, Dawn, that if you do get hurt one of those years, you still got a chance to come back and play 4 years. Zakai Ziegler had played 4 years, remember, and they went to court. He wanted a 5th year. He did not win. To me, it's just, if the players keep winning in court, we're going to get to a point where you're going to have 9 and 10 years discrepancies between. If the kid comes, some kids graduate. I think Ryan Williams was 17 when he played at Alabama his first year.
He was.
Joey will be 25 this year. We're getting close to 10 years discrepancy, and I don't think that's good for the sport. And hey, listen, Joey's been a great ambassador for Tennessee. As far as if you're looking at it from his perspective, I hope it works out for him. And I get it. Anybody on any other school or fans who say it's ridiculous, he needs to move on with his life, this is a question I would pose. If he were your son, okay, and he had a chance to come back and make, I think they say they slotted him in at $2 million, is what he would make next year. If he were your son, would you take a shot at this, or would you encourage him to take a shot at this? Damn right I would. I don't think that he's a guy that's going to be drafted very high in the NFL draft. So if you got a chance to come back and make $2 million in this climate, whether you agree with it or not, I don't know anybody who wouldn't take a shot at that.
Well, and every situation is going to be different, right? Like the guy at UCLA, Trinidad Chambliss, Joey Aguilar, Betty Ocko.
Yeah, they're all different.
And they're all different, so they all have to be handled differently. Now, the interesting part, and we've talked about this with you, is wait till baseball guy goes to the minor leagues, doesn't get drafted, he's in the minor leagues and wants to come back to college.
I can count 5 or 6 of those guys right now on Tennessee's baseball team who did not exhaust their eligibility, who left and went, which most guys do after 3 years in baseball. And I'm not to say that they all won't make it, but they're not all going to make it to the majors. And you say you toil for 2 years or whatever, 3, and you just never really get past AA, because guys in the majors don't make a lot of money. In the minors. And you say, you know what, I got a year to come back and play at Tennessee, and maybe I can make I don't know what, $400,000, $500,000, $100,000. I'm gonna go back and play my last year, and make some cash. That's going to happen. I think the closest case to Joey's would be Pavia's. Now, Pavia's was a federal deal. Joey's is obviously being heard in Chancery Court in Tennessee. And so there are 2 different things that they were suing for. Now, Pavia's blanket waiver, which doesn't affect him, but other players, Joey was a part of that and separated from that. That's going to be heard this week too. So if the NCAA wins that, then I don't know how that impacts Joey's case. I'll say this: if the NCAA loses that, and some people think they probably will win, but if they lose that case, the blanket waiver deal with Pavia, I think that's really good news for Joey Aguilar.
How are the coaches on this? Like, where is obviously Heupel, they didn't get a transfer portal quarterback, so I'm sure he would love to have Aguilar back. But but overall, where are the head coaches, their feelings on all this legal stuff and then having to wait and all of that?
Well, Dawn, you're an Auburn grad, so I know you're smart. So you just nailed it, okay? And let's just use Tennessee as an example, because they're not the only ones. I think we all know, had Tennessee scored in the portal, had they got Levitt, had they got Ty Simpson, had they got the Sorsby kid, then we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. They would have wished Joey well, and they would have moved on. They're going to have to pay $3, $4, $5 million to get a kid like that. But they didn't. So now with no other alternatives, as far as a kid who has played a meaningful snap at Tennessee, then I won't call it a Hail Mary, but yeah, they're going to go down this road. And I think every situation, Brett, you said a minute ago, is different. I don't think by and large coaches like it because it puts you in a tough spot. I mean, if you're looking at this, let's say using Tennessee as an example. If you're looking at this whole deal through George McIntyre's eyes, what are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just have to focus on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would be annoyed, though.
Yeah.
Right. And again, not just him. I think anybody would, because he's ready to come and hopefully be the quarterback this year. And that was sort of the way it was set up. He knew they were bringing in, this time last year, they were bringing a quarterback to be the guy. Joe had a great year, and then he's gone. And you move in and have a chance to win the job. So I'm sure he's looking at this like, this is not the way it was supposed to play out. And I think it's hard for coaches too, as I said earlier. If you're Josh Heupel in this situation, you got to have an answer, because you need to go into spring and sort of have a feel of what you're looking at, in your quarterback room. So I would say and I've talked to a bunch of coaches about it, and I don't think they're real big fans of it, but everyone's watching, guys. Every single coach, every single AD is watching every one of these cases this week to see what happens. And then I think that will probably precipitate how they operate, what they do going forward. And it's they've got college sports has I think the Bediako ruling is going to help a lot as far as guys leaving to go to the draft and signing a contract. That's not what's going on with Joey Aguilar, but still you're talking about extending or expanding an eligibility window to 7 years. And again, I don't care who it is. Let's just say nameless, faceless. I don't think that's something that a lot of people in college sports won't happen. I can tell you who's firmly against it, going all the way back when Pavia won, because he told me that he felt like they got the Pavia ruling wrong, and that's Greg Sankey. I mean, he's come out already before the Bediako ruling. Again, and to be clear, Bediako and Aguilar are not the same. It's not apples to apples. But it still deals with eligibility. It still deals with eligibility, what the window looks like. And I think going to court and trying to extend eligibility windows is not something that Greg Sankey is a big fan of.
Yeah. He was super vocal about the Bediako. So does this now ineligible ruling affect anything game-wise that Bediako already played in?
Again, that's a great question. I don't know what's going to happen, because now he's done. He can't play anymore. He did play because the courts ruled, granted him that injunction he could play. And I'm not saying it should happen, but does the NCAA tournament committee look at those games that he played in? Does that somehow count against Alabama? I don't know. It's just opened up all sorts of questions like that. And
crazy.
I guess we're going to find out. And it's and I talked to a bunch of basketball coaches about it too, and several of them have been outspoken, about it. I don't know why or how. I mean, I do, because the NCAA was probably too inconsistent with granting a lot of hardship waivers, and that's sort of how we got to this point. So listen, they're as much to blame as anybody, and it sort of opened up this Pandora's box. And here we are. My former colleague at ESPN, Dan Wetzel, wrote a great column about it last week. That hey, let's simplify this thing. And to your point, you got 5 years to play, and everyone feels badly if a kid gets hurt 2 years in a row. You know, if he blows his knee out, but then he's not ready to come back and play, and then there's 2 years, or he's out for most of 2 years. But if you have that 5-year window, and that's just cut and dry, everyone knows, everyone's playing by that same those same rules. And again, I don't know how everybody feels. I don't have an issue. If you say you got 5 years to play, if a kid wants to play 5 years, so be it. But when you're out of high school, when you get out of high school, you got 5 years.
Chris Lowe with us on 3.com. So the SEC, speaking of Greg Sankey, the SEC distributes over $1 billion, $72.4 million per school. It'll be interesting to see the Big Ten numbers. That is more than $200 million from higher than last year?
Yeah, and I think the Big Tens may be greater than that. I'm not saying significantly greater, but I think it will be a little bit more than the SEC's. And it's a reminder of what a big business, and we all know that anyway, what big business, college athletics, certainly football is, and the TV contracts. And, you're seeing now schools are all scrambling to figure out ways to generate more revenue because they got to pay. I mean, you pay a really good quarterback now, a really good quarterback in the portal, $3, $4, $5, $6 million. We're going to get to $10 million at some point.
I mean, it's three if you're lucky, right?
Yeah, we're going to get to $10 million. That somebody's going to make $10 million, or certainly close.
Yeah. And
so to pay that type of money, and again, we're talking about two different pockets of money. You're talking about the rev share, and some ADs now are saying the rev share should be increased. It's $20.5 million now. Now that's the athletic department, not just football.
Yeah.
And you're starting to hear, well, that needs to be increased. Well, if it's increased, that's all well and good. But how many schools out there, have the kind of cash to be able to increase it to say $30 million or whatever? There's just so many questions like that. And then you got NIL, which this commission is supposed to look at, sort of be a clearinghouse of sorts to make sure these deals are legitimate NIL deals and not just somebody paying, hey, here's $3 million to go play football or basketball. And so many of these contracts you see now, remember, were negotiated before rev share went into play last July. So they front loaded a lot of these deals. And that's why you're seeing, some of these. But now, I don't know how you pay $6.5 million. You go back to when Lane was hired at LSU, and there were reports that, hey, that he's being given X amount of insurance, X amount of dollars insurances that he's going to have in the NIL. Well, technically, if you go by the letter of the law, that's not the way it's supposed to work. But hey, listen, there's always end arounds, and I don't know where we get to, how it's all going to sort itself out. I know a lot of people now are saying let's go to the collective bargaining model. Danny White at Tennessee has said that. That may help some. It's not going to be something that fixes everything, because I think in football, in NFL, you have the collective bargaining agreement, but you got 32 owners. In college, I mean, the people that are forking over this money are donors, wealthy donors. Maybe you have 10 at one school, maybe you have 5 at the other, maybe you have 20 at the other. And I don't know that that's necessarily an end-all answer, but I will say this. I think the fact that we are here where we are, just with the eligibility question, this is an important week. We've got one case that's down, Bediako. We've got a few more this week. And I think a lot of what happens this week and what rulings come down will certainly impact eligibility windows going forward. And you're going to have, I'm telling you, if Joey wins in court, if Chambliss wins in court, you're going to have tons of copycat court cases.
Yep.
Every kid who's ever played junior college football is going to argue the same thing. And if there's a precedent in court, I don't see how they're going to not win in court.
Well, and you're right. The NIL dollars are just going to keep going up and up and up. And that $10 million you threw out there sounds like so far fetched to some people, but man, we're closer than being farther away.
Look at the Tennessee quarterback position again. I know we talk Tennessee because it's just a big week for Tennessee and Aguilar, and that's a good one sort of to break down. But I think we've seen where there's a $2 million slot for him if he does indeed win and can come back and play. Well, McIntyre's making $1 million at least, maybe a little bit more. The freshman they're bringing in, Faison Brandon, he's making. I guarantee you his deal is at least $1.5 million, maybe closer to $2 million. So you could potentially have just in the quarterback room at Tennessee next year. You're talking about $5 million.
Yep. You know what's interesting too is what's the early entrant number? It's like 37 or something. It's way down, which is going to continue to dwindle as these dollar amounts go up. People are going to just stay in college because why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, especially if you're not a. I mean, let's use Ty Simpson as an example. You know, Ty thought seriously. Having talked to Ty, he certainly waited about whether he was going to come back because he had chances to make $4, $5, $6 million.
Yeah.
Tennessee was one of them, but he also was smart. He got a lot of feedback from the NFL, and if he goes where he's projected to go, let's say the top 20 picks, he's going to make more money. You know, his where he's drafted, he's going to make more guaranteed money, and I think he made the right decision. But if you're not, Brent, if you're a third or fourth or fifth round choice, and you got a chance to, and you're a quarterback who's played well, and you got a chance to be another, you know, again, Joey got a chance to make $2 million. Why would you not? So that's where I hate to hear people, you know, wagging the finger at the player. The player, you know, Joey Aguilar didn't create this system. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's got a chance to come back and make a lot of money.
Keep playing, you know?
Yeah, he got a chance to come back make a lot of money. Every situation's different. Every family's different. Every kid's different. So blame the system. Blame the leaders of the sport for letting it get to this point. You know, and I keep harping on this. I mean, I think it's high time that the chancellors and the presidents step up like they have not stepped up in the past and fix some of these issues. They can't fix them all, but I think they can certainly be stronger with more solidarity to fix some of these issues than they have at this point.
Chris Lowe with us on 3.com. Thank you, Chris. Really interesting discussion. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, CeeLo.
You bet. See you guys.
Chris Lowe on 3.com at CeeLo FB.
For the record, I would have stayed 8 years if I could.
3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling.
SpringHillAC.com.
I might have stayed close to that long. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa is where we are. MomentsPeace.com. When we come back, how far out are we from the NFL draft? We'll tell you next. 3HL.
What's happening, good people? Listen up, man. Your back's been out there barking. You need to go tell it to stop barking. But if your neck's stiff, your hips feel a little tight, like you just been sitting for too long, probably got a desk job or something like that where you can't get up and get active, it happens to the best of us. It's time to slay that pain, people. You need to go to the Joint Chiropractic of Middle Tennessee. They got 17 locations for you to choose from, so they're open all day, evenings and weekend. And I'm going to be honest, man, I went in, and it's never really a wait. You know, you can do an appointment only if you want to, but there's no appointment needed. That's what you got to understand. No insurance, no worries. You just walk in. Like I said, no appointment needed, and new patients, get this. You're getting the consultation, the exam, and adjustment for $29. And after that, adjustments as low as $18. That right there, easy finish. Headaches, back pain, neck pain, whatever slowing you down, the Joint's got your back. Literally, go to thejoint.com to find your spot, get in, get adjusted, and get back to living.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up the Monday edition. Appreciate you being with us. What's coming up next, Ross?
You.
More of us.
Thanks, Ross.
Just what the
You.
world needs. More of us, Babs.
Oof. I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
We'll be back at it tomorrow. We do have some college basketball coming up. Vanderbilt women's team in action tonight with a big game. Coming up tomorrow on the men's side, Vandy at Auburn. I was shocked. I turned on the Vandy game in the second half, and they were down like 20. And with 5 minutes to go, they were down 21. And I texted Slay, and I was like, dude, I just turned this on not too long ago, and Oklahoma's hitting some wild threes. And he was like, well, let's see if they can finish it off because they've done this before. They've lost 9 games in a row going into that game. And sure enough, Vandy comes storming back. Had they had one more possession, they probably win or put it into overtime or something. But I was surprised by that. So Vandy needs that bounce back. Auburn with the tough loss in the Iron Bowl basketball game against Alabama.
It is not called the Iron Bowl, but yeah.
I was hanging out. I was having a couple of
No,
drinks.
the Iron Bowl is the football game, period.
While you were at girls' night,
Rivalry game.
I went and had dinner at this place called Silo in downtown Nashville. Mm-hmm. I love that place. Anyway, I ended up sitting next to these Alabama dudes, and they kept calling it the Iron Bowl basketball. And I was like, I don't think it's called that, boys.
Can't call it that.
They were all like young, like
How is there
mid-20s.
dog hair from my house on my microphone? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have
Dog
dog
hair
hair
everywhere.
Yeah, in your truck and your.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's all right. I love my big boy. By the way, 2 years yesterday from when he had his catastrophic back injury and was paralyzed. And we did the surgery. Shout out Blue Pearl for saving his life. And he's still rocking it 2 years later.
How much was that surgery?
That's, we don't need to talk about that. Pretty sure the husband has already brought up the breakdown of 2 years of what it cost to keep
That
him
happened
around.
the last time we were in Vegas, as a matter of fact.
It did?
Well, 2 times ago.
2 times ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said he
So-
still has moments where he can't move his back legs.
Yeah. I mean, he's still
Where
trying.
he
He's
just kinda
also
scoots across the
he's also
hardwood.
11. So I put carpets like all through the house because he can't walk on the hardwoods because he doesn't have full function of his back legs. But I mean, he'll like run and hop a little bit still. He's living his best life.
How did Travis do with you out of town all week with Hadley and the dogs and?
Meh.
Because your dogs like to get up in the middle of the night and go outside.
Okay, do you want to know what's crazy? They don't wake him up.
Huh.
Just me. So then I Googled it, and it was like, if your dogs wake only you up in the middle of the night, there might be some health problem, something wrong with you, and they want you to wake up to make sure you're okay. And so there we go. Something's wrong with me. That's why the dogs wake me up and not Travis. See?
Vandy at Auburn coming up tomorrow night.
Stay off WebMD.
6 o'clock SEC Network. Yeah, you say that. I've never been on WebMD.
What?
Never. Not
Oh,
one
my
time.
gosh. I'm on it every day.
Arkansas at LSU coming up tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, SEC Network. Arkansas, a very, very good team. Wednesday, Florida at Georgia, Alabama at Ole Miss, Tennessee at Mississippi State, Missouri at Texas A&M. What you got?
I remember the caller that called in and said, kill that dog.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That guy just got absolutely massacred for that comment.
As will you if you don't take care of Valentine's Day, and you can at A Moment's Peace,
That's
Salon and Day Spa. Don't get moved to the couch. Take care of what you need to take care of. AMomentsPeace.com is the website. There are some videos out there, some pictures. Babs getting a pedicure and walking through the massage place.
Going to get a massage.
There you go.
I'm out.
Back at it tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hopefully, we were able to put a smile on your face today. And 3HL, we always say, is organized chaos. If you're new to the show, welcome. Make sure you tell a buddy, bring a friend. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya unless you're a shout out to the Tennessee Vols new smoky gray uniform.
I knew he was
It
gonna
looks
say
so
that.
much
Gosh.
better.
Baseball talk.
Boo.
It's back, baby.
They are sweet.
They are.